Hey everyone, welcome to the Free League channel that we've got going on today. We've got an awesome Alien actual play from my friend Dave at the Effekt podcast. Dave, thank you so much for coming on and joining us and doing this actual play for the show.
Always a delight, Doug. Always a delight.
We're really excited. Now, this is a scenario that you've actually just written yourself. It's not published.
Nope, just written by me.
Nice. And you've got the Gasca approval on it?
He hasn't seen it.
He hasn't seen it, no.
I'm sure it's got multiple canon infringements and stuff on it. So better that he doesn't see it, frankly.
Sure. You've got a great cast. I'm very excited. I'm going to remind folks that if you haven't already pre-ordered the Colonial Marines Operations Manual, it is available at alien-rpg.com. It is, I think it should be open until probably the beginning of the year for a little while. But it's due to release in March. So if you'd like to get a copy of it right before it releases, make sure to put your pre-order in, and you'll get a snazzy PDF art book of all the art that's in that book, and it looks amazing. So, all right, let's bring your players on, and then I will exit stage left.
Cool, thank you, Doug.
Absolutely. All right, everyone, have a great show. And if you need me, I'll be behind the screen. And Dave, if you want me to throw anything up on the screen as well, just give me a yell.
Yep, I'll shout. Yep, brilliant.
All right.
Cheers, Doug. Good evening, good day, everybody, and welcome to Alien Index. Here are my wonderful players, and I'll kick off first by asking them to introduce themselves for real before we get into the game itself. So, Paul, did you want to go first?
No.
Okay, well that's Paul. Frank.
Hey, I'm
can
Frank.
Can you remove Paul from the? Sorry, go on, Frank.
What do you want to hear? I mean, just my name. That's Frank. Hi.
A tiny bit about you.
Playing for a while. I've been playing Alien a couple of times. Definitely not an expert. I ran it once, but I'm looking forward to tonight to bossing a few people around as well. So hopefully that'll work.
Excellent. Chris.
Hello everyone, so I'm Chris, usually a DM for Alien and other RPGs, but I'm here in the driving seat of a player today for a change. Trying to get bitten rather than being the one rolling the bites.
Cool, thanks. Neil?
Hi everyone, I'm Neil from Paladin Roleplaying. We make dice like these ones I'm going to be rolling today. Quick plug, you can check out our Christmas sale at paladinroleplaying.com. And I've played quite a lot of Year Zero games, but not Alien all that much, so I'm very much looking forward to dying in a hideous way.
Cool, thank you. Matthew.
Hey, hi, I'm Matthew. I'm top dog of the Effekt podcast. My able assistant here, Dave, here.
I muted him for you, Dave.
Thank you,
Doug.
You're welcome. Matthew is a dog, and I kick him frequently, which is why he likes to take this opportunity to pretend that he's in charge. But if you can behave, Matthew, we'll let you speak.
Can I ever behave when you're DMing?
Probably not. No. Cool. Did you want to say anything else? No. Okay, Paul.
No, I'm done.
I'm Paul. I play role-playing games and do a little bit of work with Foundry and other systems.
Cool. Thank you all very much. Right, let's get straight into this. I'm going to go straight into What's the Story, Mother? And then I'm going to ask you to introduce yourselves and your characters once we've gone through that. So if we're all sitting comfortably, let us begin. What's the story, Mother? Life as a squaddie in the Three-World Empire is okay, you suppose. You get to sleep a lot as the huge Royal Navy battleships fly from one place to another. Waking up from a long hypersleep, you usually have just enough time to make a brew and warm up before they shove you right back into hypersleep because the fleet is needed somewhere else. But you're used to that, and what you lack in action, you more than make up for in training. But being a squaddie isn't going to make you rich, famous, or leave you a long retirement with plentiful luxury. But right now, you're on LV 1999, known as Old Tatton, the Three-World Empire's primary training facility. You're here on exercise, advancing through Tanner Hill Valley, a wide wilderness of rolling forested foothills that are surrounded by a high mountain range, with hostile forces looking for you. This exercise will test your survival skills, your ability to navigate through unfamiliar and dangerous ground, and how well you can move undetected. Your objective: get to checkpoint Tora as quickly as possible, 100 miles up the valley from your starting point, whilst all the time tracking and chasing the squad ahead of you and evading the squad that's behind. If you come across either, you're entitled to attack and neutralize them. But there's something else on your mind as well. You've all heard the rumours. There used to be an isolated facility here called Mere Heath Lodge that the top brass used for bigwig gatherings and secret meetings. A year ago, something happened there. It was all hushed up, and the lodge was placed strictly out of bounds. And I mean strictly. For there were other rumours about the place too, that something of immense value was there. A hidden treasure that some speculate was never found and is still there, waiting for an enterprising person or squad to track it down and find it for themselves. So actually, life as a squaddie in the Three-World Empire is boring. The pay is shit, the tea is stewed and oversweet, and if you ever do see action, you're probably going to die. Sergeant Larkin has pointed out that the route of your march can go pretty damn close to Mere Heath Lodge. You all talked about getting to the lodge and finding this treasure for yourselves, and you all agreed to go for it. It can be done under the cover of the exercise. Find a gap in the fence that takes you off the exercise grounds, a quick 5-mile hike northwest to the lodge, find the loot, a quick 5-mile hike back again, and Bob is definitely your uncle. So let's start with Sergeant Larkin. If you could introduce yourself, please.
Right, I'm a squad leader here, Sergeant Larkin. I'm trying to get these grunts through this exercise without getting killed, and maybe, just maybe, I might be able to convince them to do a little detour and collect a few belongings that nobody claims anymore. Yeah, and we have to put up with a yank as well, which is going to be interesting.
So let's go to the yank. Paul? You're muted, Paul.
That'd explain why you can't hear me. I'm Sergeant Hollywood Woody Brown. I'm from the Colonial Marines. Very proud to be a member of the Colonial Marines. I've been sent here to learn what I can from these guys. Really just as an observer to see how they run the shop. Should be entertaining, if nothing else.
Cool.
Of course, it's Sergeant Larkin's group, so he is the one in charge.
Too right.
We'll see.
Lance Corporal Hay. Oh no, Corporal Thomas next, please.
Hi, I am Corporal Shirley Thomas, known to one and all as Maggie, named after the 20th century British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, who I rather admire for her no-nonsense approach. I'm in my mid-20s. I'm a scientist, and I'm the tech leader and tracker for the group.
Cool, thank you. Lance Corporal Hayes.
Hello, I'm a professional soldier. I've been squaddie for many years. I'm only a Lance Corporal, but you know, more rank means more responsibility. I'm pretty happy where I am. Sarge is a good bloke up there. Not so sure about this Maggie Thomas. Don't like her at all. She is always sneering at me. I do like a good cup of tea. And let me tell you, you sit down, you drink a cup of my tea, you listen to some of my old stories, you just get smooth.
Okay, thank you. On that note, Private Himiko.
So I am playing Private Shiro Himiko, but my nickname is Kami, which is short for Kamikaze, and I am the general purpose machine gunner of this squad. I'm fairly early on in my career, but I flip and love being a soldier. and I am dressed to impress. Basically, I'm always very sharp. And Sergeant Brown, God, where I would follow him into fire. And I don't quite agree that we're going off mission, but if Brown's going, damn it, I'm going as well.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Right. So, let's kick off the action, shall we? So you've been on exercise for about 36 hours. When you reach the break in the westerly fence, they'll take you out of the exercise grounds and out of bounds towards the lodge. From here, the lodge is about 5 miles to the northwest from where you are. This area of ground is covered in dense woodland, and it's so it's quite dark under the canopy. It's there's a soft flooring with lots of leaves and pine cones and pines, creating a kind of a very nice soft environment to walk through. It's all pretty tense and spooky though, because it's quite dark down here underneath all the trees. Every now and then you hear a peal of gunfire. You can't really tell from where. The acoustics in the valley and all the forest completely mixes up the directions of the sounds. But you do hear a few of this. This is an exercise, and there will be some gunfire happening around as the exercise plays out. So you're not too worried about sound of gunfire, as long as it's not too close, because then it might mean that one of the other squads is catching up with you. You do know that going out of bounds is against orders, and you'll be in trouble if you get caught. So a real test of your covert operation skills. You are on exercise, so you have 3 reloads for each of your weapons, but these reloads are dummy ammo. They are fake. They are not live rounds. So whilst your gun can make lots of lovely noise, it can't actually fire anything with those magazines. You don't have any personal data trackers on you or data devices, but you do have short-range encrypted comms up to about 250 meters with each other through your armor. You have a comms unit stuck in your armor, and you also have a long-range comms set, which I think one of you is carrying. It might be Hayes is carrying it.
I'm not carrying a comms set, I don't think.
No, one of you is.
I've got the tiered, of course.
No, good. Important things.
Oh, no, I do have the exercise comms rig as well.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, no.
So that's how you get in touch with exercise control if there's a problem, or how exercise control gets in touch with you if something else has happened somewhere and they need to communicate with everybody. Sergeant Larkin, you know the way. You think you sort of you recall that you've got a pretty good idea where you're going. It's now mid-morning. It's going to take you probably half a shift in this terrain to go 5 miles to the lodge, and you are stood at the gap in the fence, which if you step through, you'll be out of bounds and breaking the rules.
So everybody knows about this lodge, yeah? Everybody in the group or not?
Yes, you've all talked about it.
We're all signed up, Sarge, but I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
Rather than having a cup of tea out of bounds, should we have a cup of tea before we go through the fence?
We can have a cup of tea. Might be good.
Okay, I'll set the urn going and brew up. You guys talk about yourselves a moment.
So, guys, we have got a little side mission here for our own device. I hope you're all on board with that.
Still think it's a bad idea, but I'll go wherever you're going.
Good. That's what I like to hear.
So, milk, sugar?
Pay's not as good as it used to be. Bourbon.
Yeah, I know you Americans don't know how to drink tea, but let me give you a lesson. You don't use a microwave. Lesson number 1. This is the standard issue a Triton tea urn that we've got here. One was issued to every platoon on the Kraken conflict. You guys were late for that. But it's stood by me. It's 15 years old, this one. Still good, though. It's got these little power... Well, it's the standard power packs that we use in torches and things like that. This is my last one. But yeah, let me brew you a cup of tea you will never forget, Sergeant Woody.
So make a power roll for your power pack. It's got a power of 1, Matthew, for your tea urn.
Let's not be out of tea right at the beginning. That would be
3. We're okay. We're brewing, mate. We're brewing.
Okay, you have your cup of tea. That's fine. Let's move this on.
Okay, everybody take a stress dice down, because that was the best cup of tea you've ever had. Damn, I'm going to stress dice.
You don't go to -1 stress, sadly. For you, anyway. Yeah, so are you going through the fence? Are you heading?
I think, come on, let's go. Maggie, can you just make sure that our tracks are covered a bit?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we don't want the next group to come along and muscle in on us.
I'll just take everybody's beakers off them, rinse out the dregs. I could tell you a fortune as well if you wanted, but I guess we haven't got time.
Yeah,
I think we could probably predict what that might be right now. Right.
Fortune. Come on, let's get one.
So yeah, Thomas, I need a move roll from you, please, in order to correctly or effectively disrupt your tracks as you're going.
Move.
Yeah.
Mobility.
Mobility, sorry.
In this game.
Same difference.
Too many Freely.
I was so confused then. I was like,
Can we just say to Freely, can you stop making Freely game? Year zero engine games. There's too many already. I get all the bloody skills mixed up.
Yeah, and how many skills are we adding to the mix with our game, Dave?
Yeah, I know, another 16. I know.
I have a dismal fail, and I'm afraid it's a bit early in the game to start pushing. So I'm just going to leave it at that, I'm afraid.
That's okay. Matthias left a little bit of a round circle there. People will tell where we are, but never mind.
Yeah, I think this terrain right where you are is difficult to. You could spend ages here, and instead it would look disturbed. So, yeah. Okay.
Right, let's move on then. Let's hope for the best, right?
Don't worry, Sarge. We'll be fine. I have a feeling luck is on our side today.
Bound to be. And the tea was lovely.
Thank you, Sarge.
So, Thomas, whilst you're doing that, can I get you to make an observation roll as well, please?
You can. That I should be better at. That's 1 success.
Okay. With that, you're not sure how old they are, but whilst you're trying to work out a way of scuffing your own tracks, you do spot what looks like other tracks coming through this gap in the fence, going from the exercise grounds out into outer bounds. But you can't tell what, or you can't really tell how old either with just 1 success. You just notice a little bit of spore that makes you think, okay, there's somebody else has come through here previously, but you don't really know when.
Sarge, you seen this?
Oh, have I seen what?
Looks like we're not the first people to come this way.
All right.
See these tracks here? Can't tell how old they are, but someone's been through this same gap in the fence.
I see. Does anybody else want to have a look and see whether they can tell how old they are?
Is it worth it, Sarge? Now we're out of bounds. Shouldn't we do the job, get back in bounds as quick as we can, and then we could have a cup of tea?
You have a point, but tea isn't everything.
No. But what I'm saying is being out of bounds is quite bad.
Yeah.
We spend a lot of time out here wondering whether we're looking for somebody or nothing. Then we're wasting time. If we get in, get the stuff. That's what I'm saying. Get out again.
Our dogs, when we go in there.
Then have a cup of tea.
Keep your eyes peeled, keep your harmless weapons at the ready. You never know.
Sarge, I'll take a look with Thomas.
Take a gander, will you? Okay.
That mobility.
Observation for spotting the tracks.
Not so good. 1 success.
Okay, similar to Thomas, you can see them, but you can't tell whether it's 1 person or 5 people, or whether it was a minute ago or 3 days ago.
Come on then. Let's see.
Lead the way, Sarge.
So you've got a 5-mile trek to get to the lodge. Is there anything you want to do during that march?
What kind of terrain is this? Is it still forested?
Yeah, so this is all forested. It's sort of rolling foothills of the mountains. So it's not very steep, but it is a bit, as I said, rolling up and down. The forest is it's not super dense, but it's reasonably dense. Particularly the canopy. The canopy makes the forest itself feel very dark and gloomy.
Right, let's keep moving and keep our eyes peeled. As I said, there might be some others around.
Okay, can I have a group observation roll? So that'll be a roll from the person with the best observation skill.
Yeah, my total would be a grand 4.
Mine's 3.
4.
4.
Looks like me then. I got 7.
Maggie.
Why did you do so bad last time?
2 successes.
Yeah, you don't notice any sign of anybody else or anything else out here. The odd shout of a cry of a bird in the trees, the odd sound of gunfire off in the far distance, again as you'd expect. But
Just as he points it out, that does sound like the blank gunfire that we'd expect on an exercise. Or does it sound like the sharper report of a...
These blanks are so good they're indistinguishable from real live fire.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Immersion blanks.
So you don't know. But again, you assume because of the exercise that it's going to be part of the exercise. Okay, after a few hours of quite heavy trudging and midday comes and goes, it's now sort of getting into sort of mid-afternoon. Larkin, you begin to recognize the little incline, the increase in the steepness of the ground that tells you you're just coming to the lip of where the lodge is. So the lodge itself sits inside a natural basin in the woods, and then there is obviously a natural lip and escarpment that runs around it, and it's been built inside there. And you feel like this ground feels like you're rising up to the edge of that lip.
Right, squad, we're getting close. Maggie, come with me. Rest, hang back for a moment. We're just going to take a peek over the edge.
That's okay. How many moments, sir?
Less than a T moment.
Okay. Just making sure, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, are you moving stealthily or strolling up?
I think stealthily.
Let's creep up to the edge.
Okay, so I need a group mobility roll for the two of you. So whoever's got the worst mobility.
I've got 5.
I also have 5, so go ahead.
Okay, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have 1 success.
Okay, yeah, you think, particularly with this ground, which is still quite soft, quite mossy, you feel pretty good about your approach. As you're coming towards the lip, you're still maybe 10 or 15 meters away from it. You can see what looks like a figure lying on the ground facing in your direction. Doesn't appear to be moving. All you can do is see a shape at the moment through the undergrowth.
On our side of the ledge, or the ridge.
Just on your side of the ridge, yeah.
When you say a figure, you mean a human looking shape? Yeah, okay.
Looks like human lying on the ground.
Face down?
Make an observation roll.
Face in the moss? Observation, let's have a look. It wasn't great, was it? No, only 4. And no successes on there. I can't tell.
Thomas, you can make an observation roll as well.
Okay. Nothing.
Did either of you wish to push?
No, not at this point. Push ahead. I can't see anything. I'm going to get a bit closer. You stay here.
Okay, I'll cover you.
Okay, as you crawl a bit
with
closer.
My blanks.
I was just thinking that.
As you get closer to it, the figure doesn't move, but you do see that it is lying face down, What you thought originally was maybe lying face down in sort of prone cover mode isn't actually. You need to take a point of stress, please, Larkin.
Okay, done.
This individual appears to have had his or her, you're not sure from this range, back torn out. There's a terrible wound on his back. There's blood you can see, and innards sort of piled up around him on the ground.
In uniform.
He is wearing a uniform, yeah. Mm-hmm. And he's lying at a really funny angle, kind of suggesting that his back's broken.
Bloody hell, what happened here? Do you see anything on the horizon? Any other movement? That's to Maggie via the comms.
Do I? Roll? Yeah,
no,
I'm kind of doing it.
You don't see any movement, any other movement at the moment, no. Other than, just the little sort of wind in the trees, but nothing that you would consider to be suspicious.
Looks clear, Sarge.
Okay,
I hate doing this, but I'm going to get a bit closer. I need to find out whether this is somebody from the exercise or not.
Yeah, okay, so you can close with him. Are you remaining stealthy, or are you getting
I can, because there seems to be some danger in the air.
Yeah, okay, make a mobility roll then, please, Larkin.
Oh, you're really testing me now. 5. Plus the stress, right?
Yep.
Yep, absolutely.
And that is 1 face hugger.
Hang on, that's my line.
Is it? For a total stress roll of 5 if you want one.
Okay, and any successes?
None.
No, okay.
I thought the face hugger was a success.
It just means you can't push once you've got stress.
This isn't it?
Now, with a result of 5 is you're beginning to get a bit panicky, but you're okay. But this, you don't feel you've been, you crawl over a log and it breaks and then it knocks into something else, and you create quite a disturbance as you're trying to get to this guy. But you get to him nonetheless, and he's wearing a private's uniform.
Any ID tags left? That's just routine. It's just trained reflex to look for those.
Yeah, I think you can get those. His name is Harper, Private Harper.
Private Harper. This is where I need to start taking notes.
The name doesn't immediately ring any bells with you.
Private Harper. Okay. Can I tell anything extra, unit-wise or anything?
There's no unit designation on his uniform.
And the standard issue uniform, is it?
Standard 3 World Empire private's uniform, yeah, absolutely.
Any weapons around?
He has a sidearm, which is still in its holster.
All right.
So a pistol. Same as, I'm not sure whether you've got one, but some of you do, yeah. So, and he has 2 reloads for the 2080, the SA 2080 rifle.
Yes. Yeah, that random model.
There are 2 reloads for that.
Can I tell whether they are practice ammunitions?
You can check them, and they are live ammo.
Oh, I'll pocket those. And just as I said, I'll reluctantly have another look at the injuries as well on the back.
Make a medical aid roll if you're trying to assess those.
Medical aid. I think I've got a little bit. Yeah, actually, that's not bad. And Scott comes along again, all right? So that is 1 face hugger and 3 successes.
Okay.
And the stress roll is a 4.
Right. You're okay with that. 3 successes. Yeah. Well, you get a good look at these. They're definitely not caused by any weapon that you've seen before. They look more like caused by some kind of creature. Look like claw marks almost, or teeth marks.
Like a bear or something.
Yeah, I think with 3 successes, I can say that these aren't any wounds similar to any bear wounds that you've seen before, but there are definitely some big bears in the woods here. But you just don't come across them very often because they're quite secretive and secluded.
Hopefully. Okay, I'm going to go back. Coming back up, Maggie.
I'm just kind of keeping my eye on the horizon, just checking for movement or anything untoward as he comes back.
Okay, no, you don't detect anything.
And then slip back down to the group.
Yep.
Just while they're up there, I just want to go across to Woody and say, just ignore Tetlu's little jabs. He likes pushing his crappy tea on folks. Just ignore him. Don't take it personally. It's nice with everyone.
I have. I've come across old corporals like him in the Marines. They're basically got a story for everything, and it appeared they actually were there for about 2 of them. So yeah, not a problem, Cammy. Used to it. Old dogs and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it never stops. Fortunately, the Sarge puts a stop to it whenever business needs doing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, luckily, at the end of this, I'm shipping back to my unit, but you're stuck with him.
All right, I guess we are scampering down the hillside again, or the bank.
Yep. So you're going back to the group.
Right. So, gather round, guys. Gather round.
Yes, Sarge.
Formation. Over the hill there lies a private, and he had a few parts ripped off. Does anybody here know Private Harper? Know anything about him?
Was you on the exercise, Sarge?
I don't know.
On the exercise, have we all got like Team Red, Team Blue type epaulets or anything like that? That's marking us out as being on the exercise.
You've got your squad epaulets, yeah.
So, did you have any of the colours of any of the other squads then, Sarge?
Nope. I checked. I've got his tags, but that's all I've got.
Hate to state the obvious, but why would people on exercise with blanks be carrying live ammunition?
Why do you think that he was carrying live ammunition?
Sarge hasn't said anything about live ammunition.
Did he not? Oh, my bad. Sorry. I didn't say that at all.
Whoa,
I retract what I said.
Interesting theory, Cammy. Interesting theory, but no. You just had to sit down. So, yeah, something seems to be on the loose. You saw some tracks. Maybe it was this poor fella.
How old was the body, Sarge?
How old was the body? Oh, hard to say. Quite fresh. Was still dripping.
Still dripping?
I think. I did have 3 successes on my observation, if that helps.
Okay, I'm having some internet troubles here, guys.
Oh,
Please
right.
bear with
That's
me.
why you look like that. You're a bit frozen, yeah? Yeah, it's okay.
Was the rest of the area clear?
Rest seemed clear. Couldn't see anything else. The approach seemed clear.
All right, hang on. Okay, bear with me, please. I'm just going to try switching networks.
All right.
Normal service will be resumed as soon as possible.
We need a little,
Okay.
commercial.
Let's see if that's any. Let's see if that's any better.
Right,
Feels
I'm
better so far. Okay.
Stow my rifle. Given that I've only got blanks, it's useless in this situation, and I'm going to make sure my knife is easily to hand.
The radios we've got on our armor, could we, in theory, patch through to any other local friendlies if we needed to?
If you knew the frequency, I guess.
If they were within range, the range is very limited on these things.
Right.
What
So I'm
about
going to suggest to Sergeant Larkin then that we try the radio just to see if there is anyone here, because we are far enough off the track not to be picked up by our exercise groups, right?
Yeah, good idea. Good idea.
Okay, I'll get the campaign radio out. What do you want me to look for, Sarge?
Just see whether there's any, don't know, distress calls, anything there on the waves, anybody else saying, come
And
get
is
us,
this a
please?
Comtech roll?
It will be a Comtech roll. Yep.
If anybody's quarking.
Make sure you're wearing headphones, please. Tetley, we don't all want to hear this.
Do you want to do it yourself, Cammy?
No, I'm good.
Maggie, do you want to do it?
You carry on.
Right, I roll my 4 dice. 2 successes. Look at that. I'm a fucking genius.
Of course you are.
First red card of the evening.
So you don't get any you don't hear any conversation.
Chatter.
You do pick up a carrier wave of another network. So there is a network here, like yours,
Yeah.
like your squad network, your squad radio.
Right, Sarge.
Yeah.
There's no chatter on it, but on this frequency, and I'll name whatever frequency it is operating on, or modulating between, or whatever. Seems like there's another, close range network operating
All
somewhere
right.
nearby.
Keep it open for a moment, monitor.
Will do, Sarge.
Right. I guess we need to get closer and have another look, guys. Can we, we'll move around a few degrees over to the right and then have a look from there where the body is not lying.
Okay. So you're shielding that view from the rest of the team, are you?
Yeah,
Lark?
indeed. I don't want them to stumble across this guy.
He's a good sergeant.
Well, I just know that they're flaky, these guys. And I take the opportunity at some point to just fall back with Maggie for a moment and say, hey, Maggie, come over here.
Okay.
I sidle over discreetly.
It's your name day, isn't it? Got a little name day present here for you. And I slip him one of the magazines that I took off the body, one of the SA-80 live ammunition,
Yep.
to say, these ones are not blanks.
Sarge, you shouldn't have.
I'm just not happy. I'm just not happy. Whatever's out here, yeah, if something rips that guy apart, it could rip us apart. I don't have enough to go around, but I trust you.
Thanks, Sarge. I won't let you down. This does
Good.
look like trouble, but you know what Margaret Thatcher said? Do you know Margaret Thatcher? She was...
I've heard of her.
Yeah, she was the first female president of the United Kingdoms. And,
Madam President.
she said you don't achieve anything without trouble ever. And I intend to achieve something today.
So
So
I've had to cause an awful lot of trouble as well, so that's why she achieved so much, right?
she was a wonderful person and just misunderstood.
I see. Misunderstood like so many great people.
Absolutely.
Right, anyway, slap him on the shoulder and say, you look after that present, yeah? Don't lose it. And don't mix it up with the other
Sarge.
one.
Okay. I think. Can I have a group mobility roll if you are trying to be stealthy as you approach the lip?
I am 4 mobility. Who's lower than me?
It's the worst one.
Oh, worse.
Yeah, I'm 6 in total.
5.
I'm 6.
Right, so it's me or Maggie. What are you?
I got 7. Oh no, sorry, it's mobility. is it?
Mobility.
Yeah.
Beg pardon.
Just
5.
defaults to be the weakest link.
I'm a big man. I'm carrying a lot, and I'm listening on the radio. So there are reasons why I might step on a twig. However, I get a success. Weakest
okay.
link. We'll see who the fucking weakest link is.
Right. So Doug, I am going to share a screen now. If if it's here, I will be sharing a screen in a moment. You bear with me. So you guys, you crawl up towards the lip of the lodge, and now I will. Let me share this.
Just before we crawl, can I do the same gift-giving Happy Advent thing for Robbie as well, for Tetley?
Oh,
Yeah, of course.
Okay, good. We don't have to play it out, but you get a present from me.
Sarge.
Just
It
have
is.
one.
It is a good time. I will
Count your shots.
just having stowed my rifle. I will unstow it and
Count your shots and make them count.
I will.
Yes, Dave. I was also going to say that I will take the opportunity, probably when no one's looking, to load my live ammo.
Yeah, fair enough.
So this is a screen. Can you zoom in a bit, Dave? Because
I will. I will. I'm just finding the right description. Okay, so this is the whole area. I'll zoom in a moment. You are coming up to it from the southeast, so from the bottom right-hand corner.
And where were we when Sarge discovered the body?
You were a bit further around to the...
A bit further south. Okay.
Yeah. Can you see my cursor moving?
We can just about, but it's very, very small.
Yeah, I'll enlarge it in a moment. So as you reach the lip, the edge here, this is about a 10-meter, quite steep slope downwards into the body of the base of the basin here. It's very muddy. It's quite rocky, but it's not. You don't have to climb it, but it will take a mobility roll to get down it without slipping and sliding. Inside, there are trees here, but they're not as thick as they are around the rest of the forest. Some of them have obviously been cleared away. The grey lines here are metal roads, and they are overgrown. This place obviously hasn't seen any activity for at least a year, but they are still definitely there. I will now zoom in. Somebody's breathing very heavily, by the way. Just I'm getting a big, deep breathing in my ear. Right, zooming in a bit closer.
I recognise that place, Sarge.
Do you? Great.
Right, yeah, okay. Carry on.
Only in real life, not in player, not in character. Well, for those of us who aren't very good at making maps, it's really hard to find maps for these things.
It's a good building, actually. Yeah, carry on.
We will explain at the end. Right. As you're looking in from your position, kind of about here, there is a large lodge in the middle, in that shape. It's quite badly beaten up. It's got quite a lot of damage to it. You can tell the whole area here has suffered some kind of artillery bombardment back in the past. There's a lot of artillery damage to the building, to the lodge itself in the middle. There are craters. A lot of the trees have suffered from airbursts and are shattered and smashed. And a lot of that damage is now sort of growing over and is being filled in with rainwater and stuff. But this place has definitely come under quite a barrage. Around the main lodge, there is what kind of like might have been a moat or a little brook or something before. Now it's full of debris. It's full of water as well. It's about 5 meters wide across that, but it looks very muddy and messy. To the south here, you've got what's left of a staff cottage. The top floor of it is destroyed, completely gone, but the ground floor is the shell is still there. The shed is a wooden shed, which again is in surprisingly good condition, considering there has been some kind of artillery bombardment here. But that's it's got broken roof and damage around it. And the stores building is a concrete building, which looks pretty unscathed, actually. You can't really tell from where you are how badly damaged it is, but it certainly looks structurally okay. Right across on the far side, there's an old garage that again looks quite badly damaged. And up on the little promontory here, there is what looks like about a 20 or 30 meter tall communications tower that's still standing, but it's looking quite rusty and obviously very disused. The whole place, in fact, is in that kind of very disused kind of state. And that's pretty much what you can see, with one exception. From up here, you can see down near the staff cottage what looks like another prone form of a person. But from where you are over here, you can't make out much else about it.
I was going to say, Sarge, bearing in mind our position before, that fella with that you spotted may have been running from that cottage. If what you told us about his
direction
was right. So I wouldn't want to be heading to the lodge without first checking out that cottage complex.
I don't know whether that's tactically sound, because if there's trouble at the cottage, then you would be seeking it out, right? But you have to clear it out to not have it in your back, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
We might find something useful in those stores, though.
Indeed. I mean, we're
Feeling a bit exposed at the moment.
Are you?
My lot would have had a tank here by now.
Your lot would have called in air support.
Exactly. Would have bombed this place. Like somebody has, actually. I mean, what sort of party do they have here, these bigwigs? Right, okay, we need to be careful. Let's spread around. Let's get closer to the slope by the shed, so we get a better view on it and better support field of fire there, fire base, and then maybe we can go and scout it out.
Okay, I'm just hanging back and listening on the radio to that frequency, just making sure there's no chatter in case we've made ourselves known.
Yep, okay. Yeah, funnily enough, you do hear a little squawk, but it comes out all garbled. It's obviously got an encryption on it, but there's definitely traffic.
Sarge, there's traffic on that frequency.
Okay, now that could be good news or it could be really bad news. Right, eyes peeled. See, don't really want to squawk back if we can't actually understand who that is. Don't want to reveal our position yet. So let's move around. As I said, south edge. Spread out a bit. Keep your eyes peeled. And Cami, can I have a quick word, please?
Absolutely.
Right, you've got your heavy gun with you, right?
I have Lucy.
What sort of blanks does it take?
Well, it's technically a smart gun, so whatever that is.
So it's a GPMG, is it?
Yep.
CPMG, yeah.
Right, okay. Come over here. And I'll set up with you so you've got a good field of cover for us as we maybe send one or two of us forward.
Yeah, I mean, if anything comes, I can scare them with scary noises.
You'll see. And again, when we have a little bit of distance, I reach into my ammo pack, remove a couple of colored bit of masking tape, of a couple of square objects, and slip him a couple of reloads for his smart gun.
Ooh. Hey, Sarge, you ain't got no shotgun shells, have you?
Do I have what? Sorry?
Shotgun shells.
Shotgun shells?
Yeah, pull it off my back for close encounters.
What, you think what? An ammo shop or something? Do you think it's Christmas?
I'm not being funny, Sarge, but you did pull these out your ass.
I reach behind me and pull out one shotgun reload as well. Toss it to him. There you go. You wanted something from my ass? There you go.
Okay. Where are you setting Cami up?
Can we have another look at the map? Would that be possible?
Yeah, can you bring the map up?
It's roughly the south edge. Sort of I can't ping them up, can I? It doesn't work on this one.
No, if you
go south of the staff cottage and slightly to the east. So basically, you've got the perpendicular ledge there.
Kind of here somewhere where my cursor is.
Yeah, that's good. So he's got a field of vision, so you can see the cottage and the shed, or cover as much of that as possible.
Yeah, cool.
Where's this extra body? Can you just hover where the extra
body is? Kind of where the A of cottage is.
And where was the first body?
The first body was over here, up on the ridge.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I hope that will do, and hopefully you're not just setting up your smart gun on top of another body.
You haven't come across any other bodies up there yet.
You never know what you find in this muck and the swampy stuff.
Okay, and what are the rest of you doing?
Doing what Sarge ordered, spreading out and in an arc, keeping in line with the others, slowly moving towards the
cottage.
The cottage. Personally, I'm on the end of the line furthest from that, since I know my limitations. I'm a big man. I'm a bit clumsy, so I'm letting the guys nearest, actually have a chance with their stealth rolls.
And you have to carry a T-urn as well, lugging you.
And the radio.
Okay, for all of you who are going over the edge, as it were, you've got to make a mobility roll to get down the steep, muddy incline without causing any mishaps.
Right, I think I'm going to set the Maggie, Cammy, and Woody. They can have a scout out. I'll just hang back slightly.
Okay, I'm taking a stress point to get down here.
Okay.
And I have a success.
Yeah, okay, you start to slip and the ground sort of starts to break away from under you, but you manage to keep yourself going, Matt, and sort of half run, half slide down.
Cammy's got a really low level of center of gravity. He finds it easier. I hate going down hills. Going up is fine. Going down, I hate.
I failed, so I'm going to take a stress point.
Yep.
And fail again.
Okay, Woody, as you're going down, you start to slip and you stumble and you fall head first and roll down in the mud and land in a splat at the bottom. It doesn't do you any damage, but I guess it harms your pride somewhat. It also gains you a point of stress for the fall.
Well, another one.
Yep, another one, and it makes quite a lot of noise.
But Woody,
not least me laughing at the other end of the line.
But Woody, being a consummate professional, does a tuck forward roll and makes it look like he meant it.
Well, if you succeeded with your push, I'd have let you get away with that. But seeing you didn't, I'm afraid not. You land a big splat in a great big pile of mud. Thomas.
I succeeded with 2 successes.
You walk down as if it's a walk in the park. Himiko.
Step over Woody.
2 successes.
Yeah. You walk down like it's a walk in the park. And if you wanted to, you could do a little spin and a little roll at the end and make it look like you meant it.
I pretend to fall. Oh, just having you on. Just having you on. See. Proper soldier, me.
Okay. Hayes, are you still listening into the other channel?
Yeah, when I'm not laughing at Woody Brown. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you can hear there's definitely more traffic.
More squawk because we've become visible.
You can't hear what it is, obviously, but there is definitely traffic. Larkin, are you heading down or are you waiting at the top?
I'm waiting at the top, keeping my eye on the buildings. At this point, but ready to jump down to help out. Basically, I'm the reserve here.
I'm using our encrypted link to say to everybody, reckon somebody's seen us.
Okay, Himiko and Larkin, because you're on the top doing the observation, can you both make observation rolls, please? I'll give you plus 2 because you are specifically looking out for stuff.
Observation, that's 3. Plus 2 is 5. Plus stress is another 1.
I got another 2 success.
I have 1.
Okay, Doug, I'm putting the map back up again, please. Let me know when you can see it.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, from your position over here, Larkin and Himiko, you're obviously watching with amusement as Brown has fallen flat on his face, and the others are now.
Sergeant is getting extra brown. Yeah.
Are advancing across this bit here towards the staff cottage. I'm assuming that's where they're heading.
Mm-hmm.
You see movement on the roof. Larkin, you just see the movement. I think with your 2 successes and looking out for it, Himiko, you can see what looks like a figure with a long rifle.
Sarge, there's a contact on the roof of the lodge with a rifle.
Get into the cover of the cottage if you can.
Pointing it in your direction.
Yeah,
is that on the radio, Kimmy?
Yeah, it would be. I'd be alerting everyone.
Right, I'm falling prone.
Yeah, get cover. Okay. Hit the deck. And I'll see whether I can.
Brown and Thomas, what are you doing?
Well, I'm already prone.
That is true.
Head of the
And
game,
covered in
Woody.
mud.
Head of the game.
Excellent camouflage. Well, I've spotted them, of course. We get that sort of training in the UMC.
And Thomas,
How far away are we from the cottage at this point?
you are probably only 20 meters away. You could make a dash for that if you wanted to.
Yeah, so I'm gonna sprint for the cottage then,
Yeah. Okay.
just to flatten myself against the wall, be out of sight.
Right. So there's 3 of you down there. Okay. There is the crack of a gunshot. Himiko and Larkin, you see a small muzzle flash from the roof. And what must have been a high caliber bullet plows into the ground next to Woody's head, but misses him.
Just as well he ducked.
Did it look like a warning shot, or did it look?
You don't know. You can't tell.
Can't tell.
Definitely shot. It was close to Brown. We're now going to just pop into initiatives. I'm going to draw for you guys. So I'm going to start with.
The card's ready.
So sorry, it's just easier this way because it saves the doubles. So Frank, you're on 2s. Chris, 10. Sorry. Paul, you're on 1s. Matthew, you're on 4s. Neil, you're on 9s. So, 1, 2, 3. Hollywood, you get to act first. This bullet has just thudded into the ground next to you.
Hollywood is staying down and at best speed crawling towards cover, getting behind the cover. Well,
Yep.
I'm doing an all fours sort of elbows and knees crawl.
Elbows and asses, gentlemen. Okay. 2s. Larkin, it's your action.
Pop a smoke grenade to cover my guys.
Okay. Where are you going to drop it?
Basically forward towards the building to screen
Right.
as much as I can get. I think it was about 20 meters from the map. It should just about be feasible as far as I can get in that direction.
Yep. Make a ranged combat roll to get it in the right place.
Tell them as well, smoke coming, so they don't panic and stand up and run away. So ranged combat is 3 plus another 1 plus that one. Oh dear, it's not a lot.
And all your stress, of course, as well.
No success yet, but I'm going to take another stress for this one and do it again. And that gives me 3 successes and 1 face hugger. And with 2 stress, I'm on 6 for the stress roll.
Okay, you're getting pretty stressed out now. This isn't how it's supposed to be going down, but you're holding it together. You're okay. But yeah, you dropped that grenade exactly where you want it. You kind of felt where the wind was coming from, and it pops. And you're now getting a red haze beginning to at least obscure a little bit some of the sight of the guy at the other end, who is having another shot. But he's on a few negatives now. Hollywood, another bullet thuds into the mud within a few feet of you, but misses.
What's this? All have a go at the Yank Day?
Hey, Hayes, it's your action.
Let's all have a go at the Yank planet, mate.
Is that your action?
That's my short action. With me long action, I'm making a move, as you say, elbows and asses.
For the cover of the
Building.
cottage?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Himiko.
See, I don't just want to fire, so I'm just going to quickly say, Sarge, permission to put down cover fire.
Permission given, permission granted.
Right, so I'm just going to fire full auto with the idea of trying to suppress them to make them duck down. Because obviously, we think these people are like the 3WE, don't we? So we don't want to be killing
Well,
other
it's
people.
clear that they were not shooting with practice ammo, were they?
No, but that's kind of career ending. That's all I'm thinking.
Some cover there.
So,
Cover
yeah.
fire.
Okay, yeah, make. I'll have you make a roll, a ranged combat roll, please, for me, Kate.
Okay, so I'm going to go full auto as well.
You get +2 dice for full auto, and
So I've got
you're not trying
2
to hit
ranged
them, you're
combat.
just trying to scare them.
So I'm on 10 base dice. That would be 2 successes. Do well with 2 successes.
Yeah, you put a load of fire on that roof, right near where the target was, without, like, say, you think you've missed him.
Hopefully.
Just shout down to the radio as well. Watch your flanks, guys. Once you uncover.
Okay, next action is next round is ones. It's Brown, Woody Brown.
Still scrabbling for that building.
I think you can get to the building. You're in cover now from the roof of the lodge. Frank, Larkin's action.
Right, I'm getting my pulse rifle. Yeah, and loading it. I guess I haven't actually put real ammo into it. I'm going to put real ammo into it now. I didn't say
cool.
Previously, so now I
For
am.
Matthew Hayes, your action. You can get to the cottage.
Sarge said, watch your flanks. I'm on one flank, so I'm just going to take a moment to peer through the smoke and see if I can see anything. But I'm not aware of what Sarge has told me to look out for.
Okay, make an observation roll, Matthew.
And I get 3 of those. And I succeed with 1 success.
1 success. You don't see anything, as more kind of hear something, but you're not really sure what it is. There seems to be something moving in the tops of the trees over to your right hand side off your flank, but you don't know what. It just feels like there's motion in the canopy.
Okay. I'm arranging myself, still prone, to draw my pulse rifle in that direction. I'm not, I stress, not covering or in Overwatch. But
Yep. Okay, cool. 9s. No, 4s. Where are we? Yep. Thomas, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna so hugging the rear wall of the cottage. I'm gonna make my way to the corner and kind of peer around in the direction of the main building, see if I can see any.
Okay. Can we put the map up again, please, Doug? And can I have an observation roll, please, Thomas? So you come along the side of the cottage here, if you can see the map, and then I guess peer out around the corner here.
I was thinking I was going the other way, but that's fine.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes, 1.
You can't really see anything with the smoke and the trees. You do hear what sounds like some motion or commotion in the direction of the lodge or in the lodge, but you can't tell what that might be.
Okay, just the sounds of movement.
Yeah, sounds of maybe I don't know, something being knocked over, furniture being moved or something, or a door being slammed, or you can't really tell. Just indistinct sounds of that kind of thing are coming across.
I'm gonna let the others know on the radio. There's someone moving around in the main lodge.
yeah, shooting at us, Maggie.
From the roof. Yeah.
There's no more fire after the second shot. We're going to step out of initiative for the moment, seeing you're all in cover.
Well, I'm not, actually, but I will now get into cover.
Okay.
But
Well, you are covered kind of by the smoke, which is
right, yes.
which will dissipate quite quickly, but at the moment is giving sufficient cover.
Well, I'm heading towards the cottage.
Right, Kimmy.
Still
Let's get
prone.
into Kimmy, sorry. Let's get into that cover.
Yep.
While the smoke is...
Let's go.
Yeah, okay. If you're both coming down, I need a mobility roll for both of you to negotiate the incline, please.
Mobility 2, 5. one success.
Yeah, you slide down fine through the mud. That's not a
Screw
problem.
again. I don't know what's going on with these dice. They're great.
Okay, yeah, you're both down without a problem. Okay, yeah, you get across to the cottage. The cottage itself, I'm putting the map up again, Doug. The cottage itself is a bit of a mess. There really is not much more than a shell left. Say the upper floor is completely gone.
Okay, but there's 4 walls, right?
There are 4 walls, but also there is a body on the ground by where the A is. As the smoke clears and you can see it, and the action stops, and you can take a moment to look at it. This
It's
is
okay, I don't need to take a moment to look at it.
This is a body that is quite badly eviscerated, and looks like his back is broken. But again, he's been torn apart by whatever it was that attacked him. So I think for those of you at that end of the cottage, which I think is going to
Thank
be
you
Thomas,
very much.
Thomas and Tetley, you both get a stress point for that.
Okay, it looks recently done.
It looks quite recent, not
Right.
minutes, but
No,
not
but
days either.
not days. I have medical aid. I guess I'm going to try and give it a field autopsy, shall we say? And my stress works there. The adrenaline drives me to a success in that regard.
Is that just one success?
Just one, yeah.
Yeah, you can tell he's been mauled by some kind of creature, but you've got no idea what. Could be a bear.
Well,
or
when you say what kind of creature, and it's not a bear now, is it? It's the thing that was flapping and flying in the trees, isn't it?
Are you asking?
I'm just stating this to the squad. There was a flappy thing. Couldn't really see it, but it was a flappy thing, and it was in the trees. Right, just driving that home, guys. Some enormous bird of prey type thing, or bat, or hell knows what, comes down, rips your spine out, goes off and chows down.
So it's not a robin.
Robins, let me tell you, robins are pretty damn vicious birds.
A flying space bear's a thing?
Well, we're exploring a galaxy here. Have you read that book?
That book, yeah.
The illegal one, you mean? The one that's been banned?
Yeah, I'm not saying.
The one that you
I'm
can't
not saying
buy
I've read it, but I'm just asking whether you've read it.
What are you doing, guys? You are at the cottage. It does have 4 walls, but they're quite battered. But it does have definitely cover, yeah.
Nothing
Okay.
else in the cottage.
There's some smashed up furniture, broken bits of crockery, but nothing. It's basically been empty and open to the elements for a long time.
We need to have a look at the store building, which is next door. The shed looks decrepit and doesn't get a lot of cover, but the store could be interesting.
As the smoke is clearing, which of us has got the best vision? Best observation, I mean.
Probably
Maggie,
me.
I think.
Yeah, I got 7.
So, Maggie, let me hypothesize for you here. We're seen, we're being shot at. You know, couple of bursts of gunfire in our direction. Obviously, they pick out the right target. Sorry, Woody, but and then they stop. You said you heard some commotion over there. What's the chances that if you were to look over there now, you'd see some bloody great bird creature snacking on whoever had shot us?
I
think you might be a bit. I think you might be a bit over caffeinated, Hayes. But
I got 2 stress dice, mate.
there's probably something moving over there.
What I'm saying is, look out the window and see what you can see. Don't hypothesize.
Peer in the direction of the main building, the lodge.
Maggie does outrank you, by the way, Tetley, you realise.
Yeah, but she doesn't like me very much, so what have I got to lose?
Yeah, you can make a roll, Maggie. Make an observation roll.
That's 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. Yeah, you're getting a good look, obviously, through what's left of the smoke and the woods. Doug, I'm putting the map up once again, if you wouldn't mind.
Just leave it up.
Okay, if you can see the map. So yeah, you can look across here. You get a relatively clear view. As you're watching, you can definitely see some movement going through kind of some of the ground floor windows. And as you're watching, you see somebody climb out of a window or leap out of a window on this side and run. And he runs like the devil is after him towards here. He reaches the moat or the ditch, whatever you want to call it, and he doesn't stop to think. He just plows straight into it, clambers up the other side. With your 3 successes, you do get a glimpse of what's chasing him. And through that window comes a how do you describe it? It's a cross between like a giant worm and there's some. Well, it doesn't appear to have any legs, but it moves across the ground really fast, and it's big. It's about 3 meters long. It's kind of golden colored. It's got hair and stuff on it, and as soon as you've seen it, it's kind of moved and it's kind of out of your view, and it's in the trees. This guy then disappears from your view, and then you all hear a scream.
What was that?
Did you see that, Sarge?
I just saw some movement. What was the detail?
Guy just leapt out the window, legged it like he was running for his life, due east, and there was some fucking hell. It was like a worm caterpillar kind of massive, great thing. Must be 2, 3, 4 meters long. I only saw it for a second. I know it sounds mental, but he was running away from it. It charged. It not charged, but it went straight after him into the woods.
I heard
It flanked him, didn't it? Didn't it overtake him, get into the woods and grab him there? From what you described.
Maybe I misunderstood that.
Dave?
Sorry, I zoned out for a moment there. You saw him run into the woods. You saw this thing come out of the window, and it kind of went.
Oh right, it followed him into the woods. It didn't. Yeah. I thought it had overtaken him. Sorry.
All right.
It chased him into the woods from the house.
Hey Woody, I think it's time you get a present from me as well. Come here. You've got an SA-80, right? Sorry, 2080.
SA-20.
I've got an SA-20. I've got one of the newer models, Sarge, the SA-20.
Yeah, we all do. It's just
the good one.
Yeah, have a clip for it as well. No, this is real stuff. It's not just the noise stuff. This is real stuff. Look after it.
Thanks. That's very useful. I agree with you. I think we need to go to the stores.
Yeah,
or try and get around to that store.
I'm just going to share out the service pistol reloads as well, so everybody's got one.
Okay, yeah.
I assume everybody's got a service pistol?
I've got a service pistol, Sarge. Thank you very much.
I got me shotgun for that.
Okay, then I keep an extra one. Then. Fished out, kept one, and spare. We should have decent cover now. I don't know whether they're people. There must be people that from the weapons fire that I got. I think that's our guys who are actually on the roof. They're trying to fire out. They might not have known it's us, but then they would be blind, and they were not blind. Or maybe they just don't like Yanks.
So, Maggie, as the only one who got a good look at this, can you make a survival roll, please? To see if you...
What was it?
Stirs any memories or any thoughts or any recognition for you.
Yeah. Oh, no, yes, I did get one.
Just one?
Just one.
You don't know anything about it, but you remember that you were on guard duty once at one of the senior Wayland-Yutani people working with the Three White Empire forces, and in their house they had a caged pet, which looked very much like this thing but smaller, and you were told at the time it was called a lion worm. But it looked very.
Cool.
Sorry, go on.
It looked very similar to that, but you don't know. With only one success, you don't know anything about it other than it had some what looked like some pretty fearsome teeth.
I'm going to relay this information. Seen one of these. Some idiot I was guarding had one as a pet.
You
Nasty
what?
teeth on them.
A pet that size?
No, it must have been a baby one. I didn't realise at the time. It was only a little one in a cage. It's called a lion worm, apparently.
Who's ever heard of a lion worm? I haven't.
I'll let everyone have a survival roll. Because you never know. You might
without stress dice, because I've just got 2 successes.
With or without stress?
I think it's a skill roll, so I think you can use stress. I think that's fair enough.
2 successes.
1 success.
Maybe
Okay.
I have heard of a lion worm.
Those of you who got 1 success don't know any more other than I've heard of lion worms. Those of you with 2, you kind of remember reading one in like the Ladybird book of alien species, and you remember reading in that they seem to have a very highly attuned sense of smell.
This
They're
one?
they're largely blind, but actually they tend to hunt by sound and smell principally. They've got a very, very strong sense of smell.
Sound and smell.
How did get one of those? How did I get here? Seriously.
Okay, guys.
The question is it one of
What
them?
have you guys been shipping onto this planet?
Well, the bigwigs, maybe Wayland Yutani as well, they used to have parties in this manner. So maybe that's what it is. Somebody brought their pet, and then it was let up and let out. Right, let's check out that
Still
storehouse,
think we should get that shed, yeah.
and then maybe we can get out of here, because this does not look like it's worthwhile losing our lives over.
So, Sarge, I'm just saying, was this stash you talked about, is it meant to be gold?
Well, all I know is something of high value. I never actually found out exactly what it was.
So if you're a rich Wayland Yutani top exec, would, say, a lion worm be of high value?
I have no idea how those toffs actually think.
And, a lion worm is like golden, by the if I remember from the Ladybird book of lion worms.
You've got a point there. Maggie, you would know about these things, right? What do toffs want?
I don't know what toffs want.
No, I thought
Money.
you were a big fan of the Thatcher lady. Wasn't she some sort of lady, some sort of baroness of the realm or something?
Oh well, I'm sure she was above such things. She was a wonderful woman, as I'm sure you know. But yeah, as
Closer's daughter, you told me.
the Wayland Yutani lot, I don't know about them. What about
come on.
though? If this thing hunts partly by smell, I wonder if we can disguise our smells somehow.
Right. Or we can distract it by something else, Melly.
Exactly.
Been there, I'm covered in mud.
Survival tactic, definitely. Or maybe it's tea. How smelly is your tea?
My tea is standard issue 3 World Army tea.
Great.
So,
Is it great?
to be honest, it's not very good. It's no laps on the shoeshang, that's what I'm saying.
It's a gunpowder tea. We could use that.
We could brew it up and see if we attract one now.
I'm
Larkin,
joking, guys. There should
Larkin,
be
I'm gonna-
soon.
I'm going to head round to the stores.
Yeah.
Head round to that store. Can one of your guys come with me, or shall I just go on my own?
I'll go, Sarge.
On you go. We'll cover you. But make sure you use the cover of the shed as well.
Yeah. Can I try and make my way round to that store?
We've got windows in this cottage that are overlooking that, so we can cover them from behind a brick wall, can we?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Yeah. Make a mobility roll then, please, Brown. Or actually, between the two of you, if you're going as well, Cammy, make a group mobility roll for the two of you. The person with the worst mobility rolls the dice.
Yeah, I'm on 6.
I am on 6.
Oh.
Okay, either one of you.
I've got 2 stress.
Go on then. It's all on you. I haven't got any stress yet. Dave's been very kind so far.
Not anymore now. No, you said it.
First person to die with no stress.
2 successes, no stress.
Yeah, okay, you two move. There's no sign of any recognition of your movement from anywhere. And yeah, you get into the stores. This is basically a concrete bunker. Well, it's not even a bunker, just a concrete room. The door has been blown off and the windows are shattered, but otherwise the room itself is reasonably intact. Yeah, the room is a bit of a mess. There's quite a lot of stuff that's been damaged by the elements. There are sort of cardboard boxes that had some supplies in them that have now just been soaked through and covered in fungus. But you do find a cutting torch in here. You also see that there's a generator that's in the corner, like a fuel-driven generator. That seems to be messy and grimy, but as far as you can tell with the cursory look, looks like it might be in working order.
Oh, Jimmy.
I don't suppose there are any bottles in here, are there?
Yeah, there are probably some bottles lying around on the floor. Yep.
Kemi, if you cover the door, I'll make some mollies.
Yep. So I'll take up position at the door with the GPMG.
Okay. Yeah. Make a. I think it's going to have to be heavy machinery for this, Paul. It's probably the closest best one.
Okay, so that's 5 base dice and 2 stress still.
So in siphoning some of the fuel off, you do realise that there is a reason, but this isn't full of fuel, but it's not empty either. It hasn't completely evaporated, so there's a bit of fuel in there.
Okay. 2 successes. No stress.
Okay. For that, I'll let you make 4 Molotov cocktails.
Woohoo! Okay.
I know it's a bit late, but this generator isn't connected to anything, is it?
That's what I was going to ask, but I'm not there.
The laser turret on the roof.
So, well, it like I said, it looks wired up as far as you can tell. There are wires connected to it that then run through the concrete floor.
I would have thought it would have been powered though if it was useful.
Well, perhaps the fence that surrounds this place that we came through, I wonder if it powered that. He said,
I don't
not
think
really
it was
knowing.
electric, was it?
It was quite a long walk, wasn't it, from the fence to here?
True. Just wondering. It's done anyway. Some of the fuel got drained into the bottles. Bit of wadding in the top.
I just don't like the way Dave's smiling. I think we've screwed up.
No, I'm just enjoying the game, guys.
You're going to die anyway.
We still have the petrol. We can put it back if you need to.
Yeah.
If we don't have to bleed it.
Okay, those of you
Did I take all of the petrol out of it?
You probably took most. You probably took 2/3.
Right.
There's some left in there. You could probably turn the generator on if you wanted to, if it works. That is, it might not run for very long on what's left.
Right, guys, come on. We need to keep a watch around the perimeter here, especially with this flappy thing that Tetley mentioned.
Sarge, are we doing anything here, or are we just getting out? Flappy thing or no?
Yeah, we need to. Let's see what's in the store, and then we can convene and we have a chat about it.
Right. Cammy, let's make our way back.
Yeah.
So have a chat over a cup of tea.
Or a tea bag, alternatively.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can get back.
come back, see the tea set and go, oh, God, not again.
Still got power, Sarge.
So I'm going to put another map up, Doug, just so you can see what the ground floor of this place looks like. If okay, that's not working. Bear with me a moment. So this should work. There we go. Okay. So this is what the inside of the ground floor of the staff cottage looks like.
It's remarkably familiar.
Yeah, I know.
Can you zoom in a bit?
Gosh, this is a Norfolk model, isn't it?
It might be.
Can you zoom in a bit, Dave?
I can, yep. So it's not the best quality image, but so yeah, you can pick wherever you want to be having this conversation.
That's one of the rental cottages at Eldon Forest.
It's got to be in the kitchen.
It's not an Eldon Forest one, but no. So yeah, what are you talking about? What are you deciding?
Right, quick conflap, guys.
So, Larky, there's a generator in there. It's got about a third of fuel in it. Looks like it might work.
What is it connected to?
Couldn't really see, but I'd be very hesitant about switching it on based on the fact that Maggie reckons that lionworms respond to noise.
Smart thinking, I agree. But look, guys, this was supposed to be a walk in the woods, or the park, and strolling in to find something really valuable. Now, this is not what I expected at all. What do you reckon? Do you want to push on and risk it, or do you want to just say, look, we need to get out of here and let people know about this, what is it called? Lionworm? That we have a worm problem?
Sarge, you can turn back if you want, but the lady is not for turning.
Okay, Neil, have a story point straight away for that. That was excellent.
That was really good.
I was trying to think whether there was a way of weaving that into the story anywhere, but well done. Good man.
So my response to that is that, look, I signed on for a military career, and by coming off mission, we've risked it already. So I'm not very happy leaving here empty-handed. I tell you what, whatever Brown says, I'll go with.
Oh, really?
Sarge, I'll stick with you, but my advice, Sarge, I'm a career soldier. I've been around a lot of times. I've been around for a long time, I should say, and I've been around for a long time by not volunteering for dodgy shit. This was a walk in the woods, as you say, Sarge. I'll follow you anywhere, generally. But now we're realising there's blooming lionworms out there. We got blanks. There's a bunch of dead people with their spines ripped out. How much gold is there? And what if the lionworms are the valuable thing?
Indeed. Right, Woody, what do you think?
Well, got to be honest, Sarge. I don't think it's worth it. I mean, we're not quite sure what the value of whatever we came to get is. The only thing that worries me is that we do now know there's a lionworm sitting out in that forest.
Yeah, it went east.
So it might be worth switching on the generator and trying to hightail it out to the east.
You use the generator, you say, as a decoy.
Yeah. By the way,
I think actually
he's a molly.
I never believed I would have said that, but I think I sort of agree with Woody here. I think we should cause a distraction, get out of here. We can still have a cover story, yeah, Cammy. We can still see we heard some gunfire. We came in here, we saw some people down. We decided to hightail it out of here, contact the guys, contact them. Clearly, they tried to bombard this place before. They tried to smash it to pieces. Look at all the artillery damage here. So they know something is out here. Yeah, and we have an excuse by basically saying the squad ahead of us, which were trailing them. They went in here, and clearly they were ripped to shreds.
Can I have a group observation roll, please?
Right.
Let's just say the best observer. Maggie?
The best. Who's got the best?
That'll be me. Sorry, hang on.
It's got to be you. Yeah, even with stress.
See, I failed my lionworm check.
Yes, I get 3.
3. Okay. I'm going to put the map up again in a moment, Doug.
A new map. Same map.
Just going to start muttering that Lionwood is such a stupid name. I've never heard of it. Never heard of something so stupid.
That's because it's got a golden
Chris the
name.
player knows what a Lionwood is.
I believe that a lionworm is a creature in one of the Moomin books as well. So it's got a Swedish connection. Well, Finnish connection, strictly speaking, but Swedish language.
I've got a lovely one coming up here from AVP Galaxy.
It's from Alien Echo, I believe.
Anyway,
Anyway,
moving away from the Moomin conversation, if you can see the map, you're in the kitchen, which is down at this end of the cottage.
Yeah. Well,
Whilst you're having this conversation, and said this place is quite badly damaged. There's quite a lot. The windows are shattered. Some of the walls are broken. Thomas, you start to hear noises outside. When you stop and get the others to listen, Hayes, this sounds very much like the sound you heard in the tree above you when you didn't see whatever it was, but it's multiplied. There's quite a lot of noise going on out there.
and it is just on the bring up the cottage map again, could you?
Yeah, bear with me. Yep, that should be coming up now.
So we're in this window here. We're in this room here.
You're here, yeah.
It's on. It's by the zoom slider or whatever.
So you're hearing
The
noise.
noise
kind of all around outside.
all around. Okay, well let me just look out of the window from the kitchen window for a start.
This window here.
Yeah.
You can see kind of shapes moving. You don't get a clear view, but in the trees and not that far, within 20 or 30 meters of you, there's definite movement.
Okay. Is it golden movement?
Yes, it is.
Right. I'm calmly taking my gun. Did you give me a Molotov cocktail, by the way, Woody?
he's got 5 of them, not 3 of them.
He's got 4, but he hasn't given anybody.
Oh,
one yet,
I
apart
seem
from
to
the
remember he said, by the way, have a molly.
I did give one to Sarge,
All right, okay.
and I
Okay.
gave one to Cammy.
Cool,
I
that's
passed it
fine.
on to Lance Corporal. He needs it for the tea. I mean, I don't carry flammable liquids. I don't do that. I've seen how
Okay.
that ends.
So I'm casually going into the latrine opposite the kitchen
Yep.
and looking out of that window there quietly.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can look out again. You can see definitely shadows of movement and undergrowth moving.
Okay. Goldie shadows.
These aren't people. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sorry, these are people or these are not people?
are not. They are not
right.
people.
So, all right.
Well, Sarge, I whisper, it seems that our options are somewhat curtailed.
It looks like we are stuck in here. Come on, let's get some eyes on these guys. Or things, whatever they are.
There's no first floor, right?
Well, you could probably get onto it a little bit, but the ceiling of the first floor is gone. The roof has been destroyed. There is some of the ceiling level left,
Okay.
but it's not a solid surface.
Is
so
it solid enough for Kemi to set up her gun?
Yes, it probably is in places. Yep.
Because there's a staircase just next to me here.
Yeah,
On this
but we need to
latrine,
watch that any fire from the roof.
Right, off I go then. Go to stand up.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Shitting myself?
Come on, let's get some cover on any doors and windows here.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, sort of taking cover, I guess, as best we can. behind tables or whatever's available.
Okay, so if you can see the map
in the
again,
cottage.
anywhere where there is a door or a window that is broken and been smashed is open.
Right.
There is furniture left lying around. There are a couple of beds. There is a couple of tables, some chairs.
Okay, yeah, but there's a load of entry points. We're in this kitchen here. We've got a stairway up there. Quietly, I suggest who's the biggest man, strength wise or heavy machinery wise? Apart from me.
Might be me.
Strength
Woody,
line left and 4
I signaled to you that maybe we could put this table that we've been having our tea on
up against the door.
end against that doorway there.
Mm-hmm.
This interior door we need to cover somehow.
Yeah.
The toilet door, bathroom door, definitely.
Well, the window, we need that window, so we got to maybe pull that partition down between the toilet and here and use it to bar up that door there. I don't know.
It's against guidelines to have a toilet directly bordering with only one door on the kitchen.
It's against building. Not in a heritage building, Sarge.
Heritage building, let me settle this planet.
Whilst you're arguing, you hear a great big crash from this end of the building.
Shit.
Okay. Himiko, Chris, when you come up the stairs here, there is kind of a little bit of sort of lip of the wall that's left around it, but there are holes in the floor. You could probably get all the way along to the far end, but you'd need to make mobility roll to do that to avoid slipping or treading on a bit of roof that's particularly weak.
Right, go on. We'll go for it. We'll go for a mobility roll then. So
Okay.
we've got 6,
What's your head as well?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And Chris, you've heard the smashing noise from over this end of the of the cottage as well.
I know it's kind of screwing myself, but have I taken any stress yet?
No,
I've taken none.
I don't think you have.
No.
Matthew's like, no. Don't take stress.
You haven't seen one of these things, but
Right.
yeah, I think though actually you probably do take a point of stress because of the stress that everybody else is
Okay,
feeling.
so I did fail my normal roll, so I'll roll my stress die,
Okay.
which was panic. So
Okay, so roll your panic total just in case you get 7.
which is a 2
2
plus
yeah,
1
okay.
first 3.
So okay, I need to bring that map up again.
Here comes Cammy being wedged between 2 floors with a machine gun.
Yeah, so you've run along here. You maybe got halfway, and you've come through the ceiling about here. And I think you need to make another mobility roll because you're falling probably 3 meters. So that's going to be 3 points. So that's 1 point of damage, but you can mitigate it by any successes you get on a mobility roll.
Okay, so I got 1.
Yeah,
Success.
so you've smashed through here. You've landed with a bit of a thump on the ground, but you haven't hurt yourself in doing so.
Right.
But in doing so, you see the creature that is coming through this corridor here, and has now seen you. So I think we probably need to move into initiatives, gentlemen.
Can I quickly shout, I'm back downstairs, let me down here.
Okay, Chris, seeing you're most in danger, I'll draw your...
I just want to point out that the reason I sent Cammy up that staircase is there's a really solid bit of wall and the old baking oven there that I thought he could set up his gun on. Not walking across the crappy wooden surface.
Hey, I don't have insider knowledge to these 4 plans.
Okay, Chris, so you're on 4s, Chris.
Okay.
We'll draw initiative for everybody, but the first round would just be Chris because he's
Yeah.
the one who's fallen straight into the combat. So, Frank, you would go on 2s next round.
Good.
Paul, sorry, you're on 10s. Matthew, you're on 6. And Neil, you are on 5.
Okay.
And then I draw for the thingies. Okay. Chris, you go first. So you've fallen through this ceiling with a great big shatter. You've managed to kind of break your fall a little bit. You have ended up being prone on the ground as you fall. But as you kind of look up, there's this golden worm thing with sort of golden spikes and golden hair sort of all like falling off it, and the hair is shimmering in a really kind of hypnotic way. And this thing is kind of reared up, and it's obviously heard you and it's smelt you, even if it can't see you. And it's your action.
Okay, so the only thing that's a reasonable action is to go full auto with Lucy and do the damage.
Okay, yeah. So you'll need to use your fast action to stand, and then you can go. Then you can fire full auto.
Okay, so that's 2 successes with 11 dice. Not great.
2 successes. Can you push that? Do you want to push that?
Sure, we'll push it. So I'll take those out.
Take an extra stress die.
Yeah.
You also would take an extra stress for firing full auto.
I have a machine gunner talent, which allows me to fire full auto without stress.
Yeah. So you do.
I got an extra 1, 2, 3 successes, so bring me to 5 in total.
Wow. Good shot.
Okay, so what's the total damage for that?
It does 3, so I'm just going to go all out on damage. And it's armor
7.
piercing as well, if that makes a difference.
It does make a difference. That's 7 points of damage.
Nice.
Armor piercing. It doesn't mitigate any. You basically tear through it. The bullet's just like, the smart gun does what a smart gun does. It opens up. Everyone else hears this. The big sound of it going on full auto. Did you roll a stress in there at all, Chris?
I did. No. Sorry, no, I didn't get any stress results now.
No. Okay. So you haven't emptied the clip. You basically, it's been torn apart by this, and it's not killed. It doesn't like it, but its action on 7s is to smash through the wall and try and flee from your gunfire.
Damn right.
Its action on 8s is to do to make that flee maneuver. However, the one behind it, its action on 7s is to close, and its actions on 8s is to attack you.
The one behind it. Right.
Could you please roll a d6, Hamiko, for your
well.
signature attack? Unless
We got a 1.
You got a 1?
Yep.
Okay, as it charges in towards you, it rears up, and it's threatening, and it's leaning over you. And as it looks like it's about to attack,
It coughs.
you need to make a panic roll as you see it rearing up over you.
Okay, so that's a 2 in total for the panic roll.
In total.
Yep.
How much panic do you have?
1.
Right, okay. And it doesn't attack you. It leaps through the hole that you made and disappears onto the roof.
Oh, brown trouser moment.
Okay. We go into the next round. So 2s, that's Larkin. You get to act first. You've heard all of this, and you've heard a loud peal of GPMG fire.
Right. Do I see anything? Have I got any sort of shot? Any line of sight on anything worth shooting?
You can have a shot at one of the shapes in the trees, but it will be at -3 because you can't really see it.
It's a long way away.
It's quite dark. It's gloomy anyway, and you're now getting towards the end of the day. So
No. I'm going to keep my cover and my actions ready in case something comes close, and I just shout out again. I've got a couple more bullets if anybody needs them, but for now, it's not a lot. So you need to keep fire under control. Short, sharp bursts.
Sarge.
So you can go into Overwatch. So I've put the map back up
into
again.
Overwatch. I'll cover whatever gap in the wall I'm looking at. I'm overwatching. Probably the door into the building because that's where the noise came from.
This one here, yeah, okay.
Okay.
So looking through there, you can just about see the form of Himiko over here through the gaps.
Okay.
But you're on Overwatch.
Himiko at this point.
And Frank, what's your Overwatch condition? What condition are you going to fire on with
If I
Overwatch?
see anything that is not Himiko, basically, So not a friendly, not a gnome friendly. I'm going to shoot.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Next is Chris. You're going 4s.
Okay, so I just want to pull back to where the rest of them are and go, I'm back from upstairs. Shortcut.
Yeah. Okay. You can back up.
There's one up there, though, and I'm just going to go into like an Overwatch, same thing. See if I see one.
Covering which exit, Kemi?
Probably the way I've come, so I'll just be backing up.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Thomas, you're next.
I think it's got to be the same. I'm going to sort of back into the sort of most covered position I can find, and go into Overwatch, but maybe the southern door rather than further down the cottage, the entrance to the south.
Up again, Doug. Yeah. So this door here.
Main door in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But you're over by the bread baker. Yeah.
You didn't climb into the oven, did you? Because it's covered from all sides.
Good idea.
You could probably squeeze. Not all of you could, but if you're small, you could squeeze into that. I think you might never get out again.
Yeah, it might be a bit.
Oh well.
Bit hampered, maybe.
It's part of the course.
Hayes, Matthew, your action.
Hayes, I'm taking that stairwell that I sent Cammy up.
Yep.
He said that there was a creature up on the roof where he had been. There's a danger it's going to come down that stairwell. I'm trying to move quietly. I'm not great at it, but that's where I'm going. Overwatch. Anything, friend, foe, Sarge, anything comes down that stairwell, I shoot.
Oh,
Just made that really clear. Any movement.
I think we do now. Have to have a legal contract between me and Matt over Overwatch conditions, just to make sure we don't get confusion again. And it was an Overwatch debate that saw Matt leave a game precipitously when he didn't agree with me.
I might also just shout out ordnance check. Who's got grenades?
Can't you signal?
Okay, it's their action. You hear noise outside. You hear noise on the roof. So the first thing you see is a shadow racing towards this side here. And
We're not looking at anything. Now we are.
Yeah, sorry. You see a shadow racing towards the south wall here, and something bursts through this window. Neil, you were overwatching the door, but I think that's fine. I think you can overwatch that as well.
Oh, now you're generous with your overwatching.
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm quitting.
Because I hate you. But I'll allow Neil an overwatch.
Thank you.
It's history between these two.
It is, yes, sadly.
I get a +2 bonus for my gun. I got my stress. Okay. Ooh, that's 4 successes.
Okay, using what weapon?
That would have just been my service pistol, I think.
Okay, and the damage from the
Damage
service
is
pistol?
damage is just 1.
And it was 4 successes, was it?
4 successes, yeah.
So that's 4 points of damage. Hang on, let me just. And he does get armor against that.
And what is it? Is it another lion worm?
This is a lion worm. Oh yeah, this is a big one. Yeah, you hit it, and you hit it with a pretty big hit. Actually, do quite a lot of damage. It doesn't stop it, and it's in the window, squeezing its way through, trying to get to you, which it will do on its next action. On the other side, who is, if anyone, overwatching this window? I don't think anybody is, are you? Sorry, the map's come up again, please, Doug.
Just give me direction.
The bathroom window.
A bathroom window.
No, I'm in the bottom of the stairwell.
Matthew's in there. Paul, where's Hollywood?
Well, Hollywood was talking to Lance Corporal Pike about moving a table, so he's sort of in the middle.
No, okay. So you all hear again this wall shatter as something comes in, and you can see this form filling up this space and smashing into the wall here. You can hear noise, Matthew, on the roof above you as well.
Mm-hmm.
The next round is 8s. So the lion worms go again.
Sorry. They go 7 and 8, yeah.
Yes, they do. The one who's in the south window is going to go for either Thomas or Hollywood. Thomas shot him. Hollywood is closest. 1 to 3. So Thomas. So the lion worm, Neil, leaves Thomas. You shot him. He's obviously very upset with that, and he's coming for you.
Of course he is.
Can you please make a signature attack roll?
That is a 5.
5. The lion worm attacks you, and it seems to be going for your waist, for your midriff, and it sort of swirls and twists around to try and get to you. And as it reaches you, it's trying to twist your body in a way that your back is going to not appreciate if it's successful. So it makes an attack on you, which you can oppose if you wish with a close combat roll to try and dodge some of it.
I think I'd better.
Gonna need a chiropractor.
It's going for a crippling blow. You suspect from what you saw of the other bodies this is what might have happened to them. And it got 1 success.
I also got 1 success.
Okay, well that defender wins in that situation.
Great.
It's twisted you and pushed you, and you've been bashed against the wall, but you haven't taken any damage from the attack. But it's all over you. This thing is 2.5 meters long, and it's filling up the space. The other one is going to attack one of those that it can see, which is going to be either Frank or Brown, who are most closest to it.
Just say Larkin or Brown.
Larkin, Cammy, and Brown are all occupying the same space.
Yeah, so Cammy, I think, is probably in front of Larkin because he backed up to him.
Okay.
So I think Larkin and Brown are the ones who are closest to this one. So 1, 2, 3 for Larkin, and it does go for Larkin. So it's bursting through this wall. This intervening wall is really very, very weak and was quite badly broken anyway, and it's just crashed through it in an effort to get at you. Can you roll a d6, please, Frank, for your signature attack?
D6 for me. I thought it was Cammy. Okay, D6. Hang on.
No, sorry, it's going for Larkin.
That would be 4.
4. This thing is really pissed off, and I think this is probably the one that was shot before, and it's really, really angry, and it comes at you in a feral rage. It's basically throwing everything at you.
My Overwatch doesn't cover this, I guess, because I didn't sign the contract in blood.
Because you're facing the wrong direction, unfortunately.
Oh well.
I would allow you to make a close combat roll to try and oppose the attack.
Okay.
Which
I'm
might
going
be
to sign it in blood now, one way or another. Close combat.
It attacks you with 10 base dice, damage of 2. If it causes any damage, its insatiable desire to kill allows it to immediately make a second attack as a free action.
Right. I have. And I'm going to tell you.
2. It has 2 as well. Okay, again, it's all over you. It was so close. This sort of snapping maw has just missed you. But this room is now absolutely loaded with bodies and things, and it's real panic in this room. So we now move to 10.
From that, or?
You don't take any stress from that? Nope.
Woody?
Okay.
Woody Brown, it's your action.
Well, Woody has got his.
Please, Doug.
Woody's got his SA 2080, and he is going to. So, which is the? He is going to unload on the one attacking Sarge Larkin on full auto. It gives me an extra 2.
It does. This is
where's the bar?
Okay. Well, this is a very confined space. There aren't any rules for full autoing on somebody else. It is quite big. Now, I'll let you do this. So you are basically right in the middle of the room here. There is a lion worm right behind you attacking Thomas. There's a lion worm in the room here attacking the sergeant. So yes, you can do that. That's fine.
That's 5, 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 base dice.
Just got these visions of you spinning around,
And
screaming, and just
two.
spreading books everywhere.
Panic dice. And I get 1, 2, 3 successes.
Any panic?
And no.
Nope.
Cool as a cucumber.
This is armor piercing.
They are, yes.
Okay, it gets 2. I know, but no, it can't. Okay, yeah, you blast into it. Some of the bullets seem to bounce off its armor, but it basically reels back and manages to sort of crawl back out the window before it flops on the ground outside. Very dead.
Very dead. If it bleeds, you can kill it.
Next round, Larkin, you go first on 2s.
Have I got any viable targets that are not overlapping with my own friendlies?
You can have a shot at the one that's on Thomas, yeah.
Definitely. Is it worth? SA 2080s have got full auto, yeah? It says FA on it.
And
Yeah,
armor
full
piercing.
Sorry, say it again?
And armor piercing.
And armor piercing, indeed. So I might actually give that a go. I've never done full auto before, so it means 2 extra dice. Did I hear that right?
That is correct.
Does he take a stress dice?
He does. You gain a stress die for going full auto.
And do
so
I
you-
spend a clip as well or not?
I'm just checking that again. I don't think you do. No.
Don't we have to roll?
I think
thought we rolled.
it's only if you roll a stress that you actually empty the clip.
Okay, and last question. Do I add the stress for the full auto before I roll or after I roll?
Add it straight away. Yeah. We should have done that for you as well, Paul. Sorry.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Give them one.
It is a grand total of 1 success, but no mess-ups.
But no panics.
No panics.
Did you want to? You can push that if you want.
Do I want to push this? Do I want to have more stress? No, at this point, I think I'm fine.
Okay. So it's one.
I'm hoping that I'll survive another round.
And the base damage of the SA 2080 is 2.
1. No, 2.
2.
And armor piercing.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, you give it a good hit. Well, you give it a hit. It's not a good hit particularly, but you definitely would.
Come on.
Yeah. Himiko, your action. There's a lot of action going on behind you.
Yeah. You say there was one next to Brown. Next to Brown, he killed it though, didn't he?
Brown has killed the one that was attacking Larkin. There's one in the corner still attacking Thomas.
I thought you said there was one next to Brown.
Yeah, well, it is effectively. It's right next to him. So if I bring up the map again, I can just show you. Doug, I'm going to bring the map up.
Yeah, because we're all in a very confined area, aren't we? He's probably reeling around on the table, trying to rip Thomas's head off.
If you can see the map.
Yeah.
Brown is in the middle, near where the table is. You're by this door, Chris. Thomas has got his back up against the bread baking oven, and the worm is basically there.
Okay.
The big worm.
Right. So, Dave, full auto allows you to spread damage from one target to another, doesn't it? Brown's getting it.
Okay.
Brown is getting it.
I'm intentionally shooting Brown, making it look like I'm trying to shoot the lion worm.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh,
Bastard.
Okay.
I'm a big fan
that's a
of
turn up for the books.
So, full auto. And that's 1 success, but I am absolutely going to push it.
I thought there was a bit of bromance in the air, like Ronald Reagan.
Well, if you weren't so snobby and kept looking down on me, then it wouldn't have been an issue. That's 2 successes. Armor piercing.
Right. Okay. So the damage, that is 4 in total, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. For Sergeant Brown, you have armor, but it's halved because it's armor piercing. And you're muted at the moment, Paul.
Yeah, it's okay. I was swearing.
Fair filter.
Couldn't find a bloody jukebox this time.
No. I told you I was trustworthy.
You're meant to be my buddy. Right,
It says that on mine, but it says pretend.
My light armor, my armor is armor rating of 4, so I roll 2 dice. Yes, no stress dice.
No stress.
I rolled 1 success.
So you take 3 points of damage from that, Paul.
Ouch.
How much strength have you got? I think you've got probably 4.
Damn,
Okay.
so close.
Right. I want.
So let me just.
Hang on a second, Himiko. I need you to make a. No, I think you've probably done it. That's fine. Paul, make an observation roll at -2 to see whether you think whether you think he did it deliberately.
Yeah, because no damage happened to the worm. Is that? I just want to make that clear.
He didn't hit the worm. No.
No.
Yeah,
So-
thanks, Cammy. I'll just deal with the worm. Don't worry about me.
1 success, no stress.
Okay, you're not sure, but you think he might have fired at you deliberately. You're not certain. You're not certain. This is in the fog of war, the heat of battle. This room is total shambles and chaos. But you just crossed your mind that you might have done that deliberately. 5s. We are on Thomas. Thomas, your action.
So I'm not sure what the rules are here. I've still got my gun in my hand with the worm on top of me. Can I shoot point blank?
You can.
-3.
At -3 because you're in hand-to-hand combat, effectively.
And presumably I can drop my gun and grab my knife and still attack? Is that like a fast and a slow action?
So I'll let you drop your gun and draw your knife as a fast action, and then attack with a slow action. Yep.
Perfect. In that case, that is what I will do, please.
Okay, yep.
You're just trying to skin the thing, the golden fur of it, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Make a nice cape or something. So that's okay. Oh, so that is 1 success, but also a panic.
Okay. So you can't push it, but you do the damage of the knife.
Which is 2.
2, okay. And roll your stress. Or your panic roll.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a 1 + 1.
Right, okay. So you do 2 damage. Yeah, which seems the blade seems to go through, and yeah, you've definitely hit it and done some damage to it. It's still definitely alive and kicking. Tetley Hayes, your action.
Right, I'm still covering. Can I hear the above all the racket of the guns and shit that's going on the other side of this plywood door? Can I hear that creature on the roof?
I think you can definitely hear movement on the roof. Yeah, you can make an observation roll if you want to get a sense of how close you think it is.
I will do that. My observation's not great. What is it? It's 4. Stress gives me 1 success, no panic.
You think it's quite close, but it doesn't sound like it's coming down the stairway right now. You can hear it moving around, but it's not.
Is that my fast action?
Yes.
Fuck it. I'll go for the creature attacking Thomas.
Yeah. Okay.
With my my ranged combat's not great, but never mind.
What weapon are you using? The SA-2080.
My SA-80 that I had pointed at farewell. Got to roll that again because that might be. No, that's 1 success.
Which is 2 points of damage. Is that right?
Which is 2 points of damage.
Armor piercing. Yeah. Again, you give it a good hit. It's it's taking damage. This thing.
A hit.
Yeah. It's the lionworm's turn now. So it's pretty angry now. It's right on top of you, Thomas. It's going for Maggie again. So make another D6 roll for your signature attack, please.
6. That's probably bad.
That's bad.
The death roll. The lionworm goes full out for the kill, grasping its target and wrapping it in a vicious death roll. Roll for the attack with 10 base dice, damage 1. If the attack hits, the victim is grappled as well as disorientated, loses their next action. On its next action, the lionworm will squeeze the victim, attacking with 10 dice again. Now,
That's not
It's
so
got 2
bad.
actions in a row, though, hasn't it?
yeah.
Oh,
it does.
okay, that's worse.
So basically, it was trying to wrap itself around you to try and break your back. It's given up on that, and it's now just basically sort of consuming you within its coils. Okay, it gets 2 successes, which is 2 points of damage. Your armor can mitigate that.
Go on.
Excellent.
Do it.
I have armor 4. I don't roll the
Sweet.
stress dice for this, right?
No stress.
No.
Yep.
Okay. 1.
Okay, you take 1 point of damage. You are now completely wrapped up in its coils.
Okay.
Its action
Hey,
are 8.
actually, can I use my story point that you very kindly gave me earlier?
Because this lady's not for twisting.
Oh dear.
I think you probably can. Yeah.
Hooray!
You ain't got to use a story point.
That was a very foolish story point that I gave you, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. So your armor takes that. It's trying to grab you. It hasn't quite managed it. That's twice you've slipped out of its coils at the very last moment. On 7s, you can hear other noises outside. Everybody, there is definitely a number of other lionworms outside the kitchen.
Oh, fucking hell. Sorry.
On 8,
To the south.
all round, all sides.
Oh.
And there is one on the roof as
Oh,
well
no.
at the moment. On 8s, it goes against you again, Thomas. It's determined to kill the Iron Lady. So roll d6 again for its signature attack.
2.
I think we all have some sympathy with the worm.
Really? Okay.
Sorry, it's a.
Okay, this it kind of rears up and it tries to sort of batter you to the side, and it attacks with 8 dice. It seems to be trying to sort of smash you into the brickwork of the oven, and it gets 2 successes. That will be 2 points of damage. Again, your armor can mitigate that. It's kind of like smash you, and you've been knocked back against this really heavy brickwork.
I got 1 success.
So you take 1 point of damage. You've taken a point of damage. It's battered you against this. You hit it and you crumple on the ground and you're prone. You drop whatever is in your hand, which I think is your knife, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah.
The worm rears over you, wishing for you to run before it attacks again, and you must make a panic roll, please, Thomas.
Should be all right.
Fair enough, I think.
4.
That situation.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, 4.
In total.
Yeah, total.
Cool. Yeah, okay, you're being remarkably calm about all of this, really. 10s. Brown, it's your action.
Right. Well, I'm
See
not
the-
going to do what I was.
See
Not
the
going to
look
do
on
what I
Chris's
was going
face.
to do. Sorry.
I'm just looking at the look on Chris's face. A bit sheepish.
Yeah, we'll come to that later. Thomas is still alive. Yeah, Maggie's still kicking.
Yeah, she's being
Sure
battered
is.
and bruised, but she's alive, yeah.
Right, I am foregoing my fast action. Oh no, I can't. Drawing my knife would be a fast action, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah. Well, but you got to punch it.
I was going to stab it with my knife,
Quite heroic.
but I will actually just punch it. and I'll use my heavy hitter, which gives me a +2.
To close combat, yeah.
Yeah. So that is 4 for there, 2 for close combat, 2 for the joy of having heavy hitter, and 3 stress dice because why not? And we roll 1, 2, 3, 4 successes and 1 stress.
Okay, roll the panic.
1 second. 4.
4. Okay,
7,
yeah,
7 in total.
7 in total. Okay, nervous twitch. Your stress level and the stress level of everybody in the room goes up by 1.
So bastards.
I think that's everybody. But yeah, you hit it. So how many successes did you get?
4.
3, 4. So that's going to be 4 points of damage. I should roll its armor. Okay, it mitigated a couple of those, but 2 of those go through. So I think now you've killed it, Paul. I think narratively, what you've done is you've picked up a chair or something and smashed the chair over the back of it, or shoved the chair leg into it or something, and it crumples, having taken so many bullets. And as it squeals and it crumples down, you can hear that the sound outside that had been really close, right by the windows, begins to recede a little bit. And the noise on the roof stops. And suddenly quiet settles over the scene.
Quiet.
That sounds really bad.
So is this Justice release hormones that aggravate the others? This was an angry one. Does its fear, anger, call the others to it?
Let's get out of here.
Which way?
The only way is Essex. No,
Are we still in rounds?
No, we're moving out of initiative for the moment.
Right, come on, let's gather up. Get out of here. Straight south, back to the bank, back up the bank, into the woods.
Is it worth turning the generator on to make some noise?
Yeah, Woody can do that.
So when you look out of the south window, you can definitely see shapes and movement in the undergrowth and the trees. So
Which
they're
direction?
definitely well, looking out the south window, you can see there's definitely a presence out there in the undergrowth and in the trees.
Now, guys, if I maybe tactically it's better to switch on that Jenny, head out west. We haven't seen any of these beasties out west yet, so the only way is Wessex.
Frank.
If Frank, if you already had a story point, I would take one off you for that, Joe.
I don't have one. You're safe.
Maggie, you're the scientist here. I'm postulating. These things work by smell, you say? Or I remember from the Ladybird Book of Fireworms, Lionworms. I wonder if they communicate with pheromones, whether the anger of this one is what's aggravated everybody else. I wonder whether our fear is what they smell. If we all calm down, will they target those of us who are most relaxed? What do you think to that?
Time for tea.
Are you suggesting?
Well, Sarge, if you insist.
Not yet. Let's hear what Maggie says.
It's certainly possible.
So if we all take a
I'm not sure
moment,
we've got the time to chill out now and have a little mindfulness class.
yeah, but listen. These guys are chilled. They're outside. We can see them. They're looking for us, but they're not smelling us. They're not hearing us. Let's quickly brew up some tea now. just take 10 minutes or so. 10 minutes is all I require. We can all catch a breath, calm down, maybe not open up why Cammy shot Woody. Maybe not have that discussion
didn't see that.
yet.
You're upstairs.
So nobody suspects that other than Brown.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't mention it, the rest of you don't know. This is just
Just calm down. Just calm down. Recover a bit. Shall we? Take a breath. Brew up. Come on.
Look, I just think we should go into the thing while we've got him on the run.
We haven't got them on the run. We've
Sorry,
got them
which
waiting
thing?
for us outside.
Which thing are you talking about here? The lodge?
I agree. There's still treasure to be
Let's
found.
go. Let's just go now. We've got a breather. Let's go.
My worry is that this golden worm has been mistranslated into, I don't know, a golden horde or something.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go up to Brown, by the way. Oh, man. Sorry. I mean, my aim was a bit shit there. Panic at the moment. I tried to shoot the worm and accidentally got you.
Right, does anybody need to
So
be patched
sorry.
up? Does anybody need to be patched up before we move?
How
well,
are you?
I could. Yeah, I'm little worse for wear.
Dave,
Yeah.
Brown is punching Cammy.
Okay.
4 strength, 2 close combat, +2 because of he's got heavy hitter.
You're going for the big swing. Okay.
Yeah.
Cammy, I'm going to let you have an opposed. You can oppose that if you want with close combat to try and avoid it, because you can see the swing coming. This is a haymaker. This isn't. There's no subtlety here.
Oh, this will drop it like a sack of.
So is this with stress dice? I take it.
Sorry.
With stress dice, I take it.
Oh yeah, of course. Everyone uses stress.
So that is 1 success, 1 panic. So my panic roll is 6, 7, 8, 9.
Nine. It's worthwhile.
Karma chameleon.
I said tea. I said everybody calm down. I said let us not discuss why Cammy shot Oddy.
Can I have a go?
Tea takes at least 5
yes.
minutes.
4 successes.
4.
4 successes, 1 panic.
Okay, roll your panic. Paul.
5.
Calm as a cucumber.
Okay.
UMC training comes in.
You've connected pretty hard with Himiko. That's going to do 3 points of damage, Chris.
Yep.
But your armor can mitigate that. So roll your armor.
It's got in the face.
How much in?
He's got a helmet on.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't do anything for me. I'm taking it.
Okay. 3 points of damage. You drop your machine gun. By kind of stress, confusion, or the realization that Brown knows exactly what you did. You drop your weapon. Your stress level goes up by 1.
Okay.
I point my gun at Woody and say, "Ho! Stop it right there, cowboy!"
I think
Teacher.
probably, Cammy, you've been knocked on your ass with that as well.
Yeah, most likely.
Sarge, if your boys shoot that badly, then they shouldn't be in your squad.
Look, we've got enough golden wormies here to try and eat us up. We need to keep together. So whatever it is you have between you, you have to settle it later.
Let's just drink the tea of peace. We can have this discussion later when we're not surrounded by worms. Come on.
Hollywood points to his signature item as he says, "This is a USCMC patch. This is loyalty. This is not shooting people in your own
You know why you got
squad."
shot? It's because you were fucking stupid and tried to punch a worm and got in the way of my shots. That's why you got shot.
Killed it, you twat. I've used my signature item, Dave, if that's okay.
You can regain a point. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
This, Woody, this is a Triton Tiern that has seen the action of the Battle of Kraken. Let me use it to brew up a cup of tea.
Let's just get moving.
Do I get to dump a stress dice as well?
Yes,
Given
yes,
that-
you can, Matthew. Yes, that's fine. And don't worry, you're getting your story point. It's okay.
As soon as we get out of here, we can have a cup of tea. Come on, let's just move out here. And I just opened a couple of cupboards to look for bickies because apparently that is the way to do, the thing to do.
You got to have a rich tea biscuit with your cuppa.
Yeah, indeed. So I'll have a quick recce through the cupboards in the kitchen as people are preparing to move out.
Make an observation roll then, Larkin, to see what you find. If you find anything.
An observation roll for bickies. Okay. That's wits. And observation, that's 4. Stress.
These games really aren't long enough to.
I've got 2 successes.
Okay, so roll D66 twice.
D66 twice. So once is for the chocolate-covered biscuits.
Let's see what you found.
15.
15.
And 25.
And 25.
Yeah.
So, underneath all the crap on the floor, you find an old fire extinguisher. But in one of the cupboards, you find a mouldy packet of Jaffa cakes.
Nice.
I throw this over to Woody and say, "Hey, chill out on some Jaffas."
Yeah, they're mouldy. They're a year old and they've been sat there. So
Jaffa cakes are like irradiated. They never go off.
Penicillin.
possibly, yeah.
I'm just going to go off into the corner then and check my rifle, my GPMG, make sure things are all in working order.
Yep.
Right. Any medical
using
aid
that as your-
by anybody, because we need to move on out of here. But before we go out there into the open, we need to have some medical aid.
Yes, I would appreciate some medical treatment if possible.
Who's
who's on?
best medic amongst us?
I've got the grand total of 1 for medicine.
No, you don't have a grand total of 1. What's
2,
your
sorry,
actually-
6. 6, total of 6.
I always get confused between games. So, can you recover hit points
If you're not broken.
from
No,
medical
you
aid?
can't. Medical aid
No.
is for.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
It's
So-
heal over time, I think, in this.
Yeah.
So Woody,
So-
you have to hit him harder so I can heal him.
So you can do a bit of medical aid, but you can't. It won't do you any good. So
Yeah,
fair
narratively,
enough.
you're patching people up, but
So
Yeah, and I
it's
think
cosmetic. I just do
Fine.
cosmetic patching.
at this moment, yeah.
Right. Come on, gather up. Let's get
So-
moving.
I'm putting the map up again, Doug. If you're there to put that up for us, if you can see it, guys.
Yeah. You can see it
I
now.
will zoom out slightly. Right. So yeah, you're in the cottage here. You're in this end of it, in the kitchen. What is your plan now?
Sarge said we were going west.
My best guess would be, let's go west, let's duck out of this, and then let's call in some air support and blame it all on these other guys who went here and got killed. I
How
just
does
want
that
to get
explain
everybody
why
out
we're
of here
here?
alive.
How do we explain what, Cammy?
Why are we here? How does
Because
that
we
explain
heard
that?
gunfire. Sarge
We
said,
heard gunfire.
we heard gunfire. We came to investigate.
Not being
And
funny,
we
but the
picked up-
blanks sound like gunfire anyway. So
Yeah,
We
but
heard
have-
gunfire in the out of bounds zone.
Exactly. And we got a carrier squawk,
Yes.
like a chatter squawk.
We
from
knew
the-
there was a network in here. Talking of which, Sarge, I will just have a listen on that. Is that now totally dead, Dave, or is there any chatter?
There's no chatter at the moment. The carrier wave is still there, but there's no communications on it.
Signal's still active, Sarge, but I can't hear any activity.
It's dead air. Right, come on. Let's gather up. Let's move out of here. Yeah, eyes on each direction, and let's try to go west because I don't think we've seen any wormies.
Can we
on the
do
way.
this quietly?
Of course. And then we have some tea afterwards.
And Sarge knows how to keep me happy.
Trying to. my very, very agenda item, keep Lance Corporal Tetley happy.
Right, are we gonna have to make a mass movement roll? Because
You are, yeah.
if it's that, it's likely to be me, I imagine, because my mobility is the worst.
Right, Woody, do you want to stick on the Jenny to make some noise?
Yeah, I'll sacrifice myself so that you.
It's just a bit of
Can you
petrol
get
you're sacrificing. Come on, it's not over dramatizing, drama queen.
Sarge, I suggest we creep past the Jenny before we turn the Jenny on. So Hollywood takes a rear guard position, turns the Jenny on after we have to go past it.
Yeah, solid.
So you
My
head to the
mobility
tree.
gets me.
When I
fuck
see
it,
you
I'll
get,
take a success. I'll take a stress.
I'll take a success.
1 success.
Okay, it's not the best, but it's sneaking you've ever done.
No,
But
I
you're
don't do
moving-
sneaking.
You're moving, relatively quietly. But let's have a look at what we have here.
Clunk, clunk, clunk goes Mattia.
I'm sure there's a song for that somewhere.
Okay, Woody, if you're going to try and turn the generator on, that's going to be a heavy machinery roll, please.
okay. So I'm going to wait until I see them get near the tree line before I put the Jenny on.
Okay, let me
So
just.
that's
Okay, I'm putting the map up again. So, Paul, if they're heading west, they're kind of heading. Are you heading up the road or are you heading directly west?
The road goes north, Dave.
It goes west and then it goes north. Yeah, but
The road is in a westerly direction, but it heads mostly north. We're going west. That's what Sarge said.
okay. Okay. At what point are you turning on the generator then, Paul? How far are you waiting for them to get to the actual edge here?
I'm going to wait for them to get to the tree line.
Yeah.
As I
okay.
see them get to the edge and start scrambling up, I'm going to switch it on then.
Okay.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice plus 3 stress. And I roll no successes.
Okay. Have you
Don't
panicked?
care. No, I haven't panicked, and I don't care about them enough to push it.
Okay.
Oh, I could take this personally, you know.
Somebody ought to.
Can
Oh
I
dear.
have from this group here, the 4 of you, can I need a group observation roll, please?
Right, Maggie, it's your turn.
Oh, Maggie's not there.
My
Where did
observation
Maggie go?
tells me he's gone.
Shall I roll? Oh no, I don't know how many stress Maggie's got.
My total is 7 dice.
So I know that Maggie's got 7 plus stress, but I'm not sure how much stress Neil has got at the moment.
He ran away. That's how much stress.
Yeah, I've got 7 with stress.
7?
With stress. I got 4 stress. I'm doing so well now.
Okay, so whilst... here we go. Maggie's back. So
Quick,
yes,
Maggie, make an observation roll.
Yes.
We need
Sorry.
you.
We all said, Maggie, make an observation roll, and then looked up, and it's like, oh, here we go.
He's buggered off.
6, 7 stress.
Maggie, your mic's a bit close to your mouth.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Better?
Yeah.
Really? That's no successes and a panic.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm going to bring the map up again, Doug, if we may. Can you see the map, guys?
Yep.
Okay, you've gone directly west. As you're getting closer and closer to this incline here, which is quite muddy, and you're thinking, hey, that's going to be quite an effort to climb up it. You don't hear any noise from the stores. The generator hasn't come on yet. I think you start to panic because as you get to the bottom of this and you think, okay, we're about to start climbing up, you can see some shapes in the trees here kind of looking down at you. And you can see some lionworms on the top of the ridge.
Oh, bummer. Nobody
Should have
looks
gone
bad,
for the
right?
route.
Can I push that roll now?
Oh dear.
What are you doing, guys?
I'm going to throw.
Sarge?
We gave our Molotovs back, I assume, to start the generator.
Sorry, Maggie.
No, I think you've still got
these guys, yeah?
Molotovs.
These shapes. Did you relay
I
that
think
on?
everyone sees them, don't they? Do we all see the shapes?
It's a group roll. I mean, you kind of you don't really see anything. You can just sense that they're there because you failed the roll. But your panic, I think, narratively is that okay, there's something up there. I'm sure of it.
Okay. Right, cover. Full fire on the tree line. Come on.
Cammy?
Storm of lead.
If we're at the bottom of the hill, though, aren't we? We can't see up. We can just hear it. I think.
You've got no clear line of
Got
sight.
no-
on it at the moment.
No eyes on anything.
All right. In that case, wait until you see the eyes and the white in the eyes. Do line worms have eyes?
No, they don't.
See.
I'm
Okay.
stowing my
The
rifle,
fur.
and I'm going to try and climb up the bank.
Heroic. Very heroic.
I'm putting
Okay.
my knife in my mouth so that I can
Yep.
use all my hands, but my knife is ready if there's an attack.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a mobility roll to scramble up the bank, Matt.
Yeah.
Time for initiative again, is it?
It will be in a moment,
yet.
I suspect.
2 successes, driven purely by adrenaline.
Okay, you kind of halfway up and it's not really happening, and you get really, psyched up or angry or something. It's like, "Argh!" and you manage to get yourself to the top.
Right.
Can I try and start the Jenny again
I was going to say,
while
what
they're doing all that?
So you tried once and failed.
Yeah, it's
So
pulled
you-
the cord.
Do it differently.
Prime it a bit better.
Talk
I'll
to
let
it
you-
nicely.
I'll let you make a
Petrifying.
I'll let you make a contact roll to put the wire back in the right place to get it going.
It's less dice. Hang on.
This is where it deploys the sentry guns for the automated defense system for the lodge, and we all die.
1 success, no
That's the idea.
stress.
One success.
Well done. Well done. This for the
Okay.
sniper from the lodge roof comes up.
Yeah. So, okay, several things happen, but you might not notice all of them. The first thing you notice, there's a spew of black smoke comes pumping out of this thing into the storeroom where you are. It stutters back into life. It makes a hell of a lot of noise. It is sounding like an untuned tractor that's been left for months, being told to turn over. Yeah, that's all you notice with the thing coming on.
Can I do an observation roll now I'm up here and see if I can see these critters and possibly count them? I know they're hard to see.
I'll let you have that. You can definitely see one because it's about
It's on
20
top of
feet,
you.
20. Not quite, but it's not far off.
Oh, my stress dice are coming up great. I see. I get 1 success.
Okay, you can definitely see one. You can probably see at least 2 others a bit behind it in the undergrowth. With 1 success, you can't really see any more than that. And they are heading in your direction.
Slowly or fast?
They're kind of fast. Yeah.
Slowly
They-
crawling down the hall faster than a cannonball.
They see you and
They know me. They don't see me because you said they were blind, but they know I'm here.
They detect you. And they are coming in your direction.
Have I got time for one of the next 3? This isn't necessarily what's happening next, but my quickest action is I take my knife and engage them hand to hand, hand to frond. I could ready my one of my guns, my SA 2020. I could light my 1 Molotov cocktail. Which, as GM, do you recommend would take the shortest? Well, the next shortest after the knife.
It's going to take you probably a slow and a fast action to ready the Molotov, to get it out and light it.
But a fast action to ready the SA
Yes.
2080. Okay, right. That's may be what my next plan is, depending on what other things happen.
Well, it's your action, Matt. They're coming for you. What you want to
All
do?
right, okay then. I can
Didn't realise there was debate over that.
No, we're just not an initiative yet, so I just thought you might be giving other people a turn. Okay. Over the radio, I'm saying they're coming for me, 3 of them, and this is where I have to do the automatic success. What do I do for automatic success? Take a stress dice?
For auto fire.
Not auto fire, I mean.
Yeah, take a stress dice and add 2 dice to your total, and you can spread damage.
But if I only get 1 damage...
Then obviously it's on only 1 target.
Okay. And I get 5 on my stress die, on my panic roll. So I hit 1 target.
And you've emptied your clip in doing so.
Yeah.
And the damage of the gun is 2.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you've given it a hit, but it's not slowing down. Guys, at the bottom of the hill, you hear what's happening. You hear the shout over the radio. You hear gunfire.
Not a shout, calm and quiet over the radio.
You hear the squeak over the radio. You've got. I'll let you have 1 action before we roll into initiatives.
Well, I think I'll do this. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to pull out my rifle, and I'm also just going to, if I see 3 of them coming down, assuming I can without hitting Tetley, of course, I'm just going to go mad on the ones, whatever I can see.
Okay, are you over? You can't see them yet, so are you going to Overwatch?
Okay, I'll Overwatch then. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Same here. I'll just say cover all angles.
Nobody's scrambling up the bank to help me.
Nope.
Emiko?
Yeah, I'll scramble at the bank, try and help him.
Yeah, thank God for that.
Okay, that's a mobility roll, please, then, Chris.
Yeah. So 4 plus 2 plus 4 stress. Oh dear. I love how this game mounts up so quick. Stress. Oh no, 1 success. 1 success. No panic.
Yeah, okay, you managed to get to the top. And you just get to your feet as you see 3 of these things coming out of the woods heading in Matthew's direction and Hayes' direction. Brown.
With my pick up my gun, run out the door, and run east.
Okay.
Deserter.
Right then, time for initiatives then, because Brown's heading east. Tetley is facing down 3 of these things. Mano, I was saying Mano, oh Mano, but it's not. It's Mano 030. Wormos. And Thomas and Larkin are overwatching. So I'll do Matthew's initiative first. Matthew, that's 9.
Oh, great.
Cammy, 5. Larkin, 8. Brown, 6. And Maggie, 4. And the lionworms go on 7 and 10.
Ooh.
Ooh. 1, 2, 3 is what's left in my hand. Okay. Right then. 4s. That is Himiko.
That's me.
You go first.
That was 5, I think. Was it?
That's me, I think.
Have I got it the wrong way around? Okay,
Yeah,
so yeah.
Maggie goes on 4s.
Yeah, okay. You can't see them yet, Maggie.
Okay. I'll stay on Overwatch then.
Yeah. Okay, 5s. Chris.
Yeah.
Himiko now.
So I am going to try and take, full auto at the closest one that's coming at Hayes.
Yep, there is one in the lead. Yep.
Yeah. So all me dice. So 1, 2, 3 success, 1 panic.
Okay.
And that was a 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 in total.
4 panic in total.
Yeah.
And damage?
So that's obviously taking a magazine. He's 3 in total. So it's going to be
5.
What I might do is put an extra point of damage, and can I knock it back to try and give Hayes a bit of distance?
Yeah, I think you can make it skid in the mud and fall over or something as it's running. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to give Hayes a bit of time.
Yeah, good idea.
I think that'll mean it's got to use its first action to ready itself again. So you are, definitely saving Hayes' life a little bit.
Got to reload though, Hayes. So do your work.
How many mags have you got left, Chris?
Down to my last one.
Last one. Okay.
So there's some shotgun, right?
One.
One shotgun.
Okay. 6s, Paul. Are you being stealthy as you leave, or are you just booking it as fast as you can?
I am hooking it as fast as I can.
Okay.
I'm hoping that the generator is creating enough noise and distraction to mask any noise I might make.
Right, so they will have a chance to sniff you out, literally. Okay, yeah, you're running. No sign of anything at the moment, Paul. And by the end of this round, you've got to the bank on the other side. 7s. So it's the lionworms. There's 3 lionworms heading towards you. The first one that was in the in the front, Matthew's regained its.
Been knocked back. All right.
It's kind of regaining its posture, as it were. The other 2 have kind of come up level with it. 9s, 8s. Frank, Larkin, your action.
Yeah, if I have any shot on the ones that are bothering Hayes,
so you can't. From where you are at the moment, you can't see them because you're at the bottom of the. You're at the bottom of the bank. They're on the top of the bank, so you don't have a line of sight.
All right. I guess I just have to do Overwatch in that case, and just if any golden lion worms show up, or any lion worms of any color.
Yeah. Cool.
If you accidentally shoot Brown in the leg as he's running, that'd be great.
Unfortunately, Brown is sort of 180 degrees in the other direction, so it accidentally doesn't really cover it. Feel free. I mean,
Matthew, Robbie, you're on 9s.
Okay. Knife. Lionworm. Attack.
Yeah. Okay. So that's fine. You can run up. Basically, you have to close with your fast action.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But as I close, I'll take my knife out of my mouth. I've left me. I've just dropped me SAA 2020.
Yep.
And I can't remember how many dice I have, but I have quite a few. I have 8 plus my stress. Do you get bonuses for your knife? No, you don't.
plus 20.
Should be written on the character sheet.
Yeah, no, it's 0.
Yep.
Anything else that I could be doing? No. Okay.
Make tea.
Have you tried making the lionworms tea?
No, I've got 4 successes, however, and no panic.
Okay, so that's 5.
How do you do crits in this game?
It's when you put them down. So when you get broken, you get a crit.
Oh right, okay. I can't.
Unless it's from a signature attack, of course.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, we don't have those.
So 4, I do 2 damage plus 3 things, plus 3 more, 5 damage, I guess.
5 damage. Okay, yeah, it does have some armor. So it's a real effort to get your blade through its hide, but you do get it through, and you do give it a hit. But it's still going. The lionworms now act. So this lionworm on you, Matthew, is attacking you. If you want to make your signature
D6. 4.
4. Feral rage. The beast attacks, throwing everything at you. Obviously, didn't like the fact that you've put this great big blade through its chest or through its hide, and it attacks with 10 base dice. Okay, and it hits with 3 successes, Matt.
Okay, 3 successes, but I get 4 points of damage. 4 armor, don't I?
You get 4 armor. You are suffering 4 damage.
I'm suffering 3 damage.
Okay. With its feral rage, if it causes any damage, its insatiable desire to kill allows it to immediately make a second attack as a free action.
We don't have any line of sight here, do we? For
You don't.
Overwatch?
No.
Oh,
You're
sorry.
hearing all of this, but you're not. So, Matthew, make another D6 signature attack roll because it's attacking you instantly again.
Okay. 5.
5. This time it's trying to incapacitate you, either to eat later or get enough space to escape a bad situation. It's going for a crippling blow, making an attack with 8 dice.
It's only 8.
And I can't parry this with anything.
Because you've already acted, no. And it gets 3 successes again. So that's going
4 damage.
That's going to give you 3 damage for this.
3 damage.
It's only a base 1.
Uh-oh.
And you got 4 points of armor, I think.
Yeah, but I'm dead.
Okay.
Or,
You're broken.
Broken, yeah.
So
It took
you
long though.
so you automatically take critical injury 56, which is cracked spine. It's not fatal, but you are going to be paralyzed from the neck down permanently if you don't get the right kind of medical attention. However, having been broken, you also take a critical hit from being broken. So did you want to roll your D66 for that?
I don't think he does want to.
I know.
First one, 6.
Oh, 11. Thank God for that.
Oh.
You're winded.
Sprained ankle.
Yeah, of course I'm fucking winded. It feels like my back's broken.
That's because your back is broken. The other 2 that are there, one of them is going for Cammy, and the other one is probably mauling Hayes because that's who he was going for. Cammy, did you want to make your roll for the signature attack, please?
Sure. 1.
1.
I get lucky sometimes.
Intimidating display. The lion worm rears up. Its golden cilia flowing in threatening patterns. But it's a bluff. The expert predator's seen a problem and is using an aggressive display to cover a tactical retreat. But you must make a panic roll because it looks like it's about to lean up like a cobra and crush you.
Oh, well, this is why I love this game. I got a 6 plus 4, 10. I am freaking out with what's happening.
Okay, so you freeze. You're frozen by fear or stress. You lose your next. You're frozen for a round. Your stress level and the stress level of anybody near you.
Thank you. I'll add that to my stress while I'm broken back.
So your stress goes up by 1, Himiko.
Yep.
And you're frozen. As this thing is rearing over you, little do you know that this is just a display.
I'm sure by now I should have a line of shot for my Overwatch.
Well, no, because they're away from the edge, you see, and this is quite steep.
But Cammy's with me, isn't he?
No, I went up.
No, he went up.
Fair enough.
I tried to go up to support Mr. Suicidal. I'll charge it with a knife. I brought him time and he ran at it.
Next
No,
round,
it's only a flesh wound. I'm sure
Maggie,
you can do
you
it.
go first. You can hear all this on the top. You can't see it, but you can hear it.
Okay, I'm going up.
Okay, I'm going to need a mobility roll to scramble up the muddy bank.
One success and a panic. Oh, 8 on the panic.
8 in total. Okay, you start to tremble uncontrollably as you're climbing up this thing, hearing all the noises on the top and Hayes' screams of pain as he goes down. All skill rolls using agility suffer -2 until the panic stops.
Okay.
Which would be until somebody can do a command on you, or until you can wait for a turn. But you manage to climb up to the top in doing that.
Great.
5s, Himiko.
I'm frozen.
You're frozen, yeah. Paul Brown.
He's
You
running.
need a mobility roll to get up that bank on the eastern side. And you're muted at the moment, by the way.
I hope he falls down and makes noise.
That's
Called Muddy Brown.
2 successes, no stress.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like
You,
that.
you must have found a fairly solid bit. You scramble up the mud really quite easily and get to the top. Okay.
Just got to keep hoping he finds that space bear.
So now we're on 7. Okay, so Cammy, let's do the attack on you because there was one on top of you at the moment, and then there are 2 others up here. So make your signature attack, please.
Okay. 4.
4. The beast attacks in a feral rage. Because you're frozen, you're unable to block this. Okay, the worms are finally doing their business. So you take 4 points of damage from that attack.
If I don't succeed on every one of these armors, I'm down. I'm still nearly dead from when Brown punched me. I failed at everything. I am broken.
Oh no. Okay, so roll d66 for the crit there.
Oh dear.
So that's 45.
45. Bleeding gut. Yes, this is going to be fatal, but it will be fatal in 8 hours. And you take an extra point of damage for every time you roll mobility or close combat. But you are down. Basically, this thing has tried to break your back. You've managed to, it hasn't got you properly, but it's lacerated your front instead of your spine. And you've gone down, trying to hold your guts in. As you kind of fall down on your side, and you're looking at Hayes, who's on his side this way, looking at you.
He's gone.
And he magically disappears.
Sorry, it's just blurry for some reason.
Okay, so there's 2 others of them up here. They both turn towards you, Maggie, and they both charge you. But they won't get an attack this round. They'll get an attack on you on their next action.
Okay.
8. Frank.
I'm going to shout, Maggie, get your shit together. Come on. Command roll, trying to snap him out of it.
Okay, yep.
I don't know whether it's a slow or fast action.
It's going to be a slow action.
So command is 3.
Yeah, I'll let you do that. Yeah, I'll let you do that.
7. It's a pretty good roll. It's probably my best roll. I haven't done that yet. 10 dice.
Wow.
One of them bounced out. But
On
that
the
is
floor.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes, no stress.
Okay, Maggie, you hear over the radio and also shouted up from below the warm tones of your sergeant shouting at you to pull it together and fight, keep fighting. And I'll let that take your stress action away.
Cool.
So you lose your negative on agility.
Great.
Is there anything sensible I can do with my fast action?
You can move.
I might move away a little bit.
Which, as in back in towards the middle of the basin.
Following the rabbit-footed trail of Sergeant Brown.
Okay, are you running or are you backing up?
No, I'm backing away. Slowly
But
backing away.
maintaining the overwatch on the top of the thing.
Yeah, if I can.
Yeah, you can do that. 9s, it would be Hayes. Unfortunately, he's making tea. 10. There are 2 of these worms, and they are looking at you, Maggie. So if you want to make the attack for the first one.
1.
1. Okay. It rears up, and it creates this terrifying display with its spikes quivering and its fur rippling. You need to make a panic roll.
Keep it together. Come on.
4 total.
Okay. Yeah. You're like, yeah. Come on then.
Seen it before.
Okay, but the second one is attacking you as well on 10s. So
3.
3. The second one seems to puff out a huge dump of pheromones right into your face. They're so pungent that you start to cough, and you need to make a stamina roll. If unsuccessful, you fall to the floor and you're stunned and lose your next action.
Smelly
With my dying breath, I just want to say, see, Maggie, pheromones.
You were right all along.
That's one success. Is that good enough?
Yes, that is good enough. You are coughing, but it doesn't stun you.
Great.
Run!
Okay, next round. It starts with Maggie on 4s.
Run, Maggie, run.
Yeah. Do I think I can outrun them from what I've seen of their movement?
Unlikely, you think? You could try.
Okay.
You would need to make a mobility roll to disengage without them getting an attack on you.
The generator's on,
And there's 2 of them, aren't there? No. So are we like melee range? We're
Yes.
engaged. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I can't even shoot them.
You can. It's just at -3.
Yeah. I'll go at one of them with my knife. Why not? That's what Maggie would do.
Skin it!
So you said the
So-
lady's not for turning after all, so you should.
Exactly. Close combat 5 stress. All right, here we go. 1 success and a panic actually.
Okay.
So that's 2 damage with the knife,
Yeah.
The panic.
and the panic only 4.
Okay. Your knife hits the hide and kind of slides off as the armor takes the blow. 6. That will be Paul running into the woods.
Jump
More.
into the woods. Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah. Okay. Make an observation roll, please, Paul, as you're running.
Space bear coming at you.
Oh. No, shouldn't have done that one. Right, I got 1 success, and I got 2 panic, but I have the long haul. Those panics do not count.
Okay. Cool.
So 1 success.
So I'm just going to pop the screen up again briefly. Doug, if you're there, let me know when you see it.
Yep.
There we go.
Okay. Paul, yeah, you've run across here or across here. You've come up here and you are sprinting your way through the woods. As you are running through here, you can see a shape over to your left-hand side. Well, in fact, 2 shapes. And as you're running, you can see there are 2 people running kind of parallel to you, but in the same direction. But they're about 50 yards to your left.
I am going to continue running to the east, but I'm going to go a little bit more southeast. I'm going to try and increase the distance between me and them.
Okay. Cool. That was 6s, 7s. Maggie, there's 2 of these guys. They're wanting to get you.
Alrighty.
Brown can show you how to get down that slope quick.
Signature roll, yeah?
So signature attack, please. Yep.
I'm afraid that's a 6.
Okay, for the first, so that's a death roll again. So you've experienced this before. You managed to get out of it before. It's doing this death roll and it's trying to wrap its coils around you and then incapacitate you by doing that. It gets 10 base dice.
Only 10.
Okay, that's 3 successes, which is a total of 3 points of damage. Your armor gets to mitigate that if it can,
Okay.
but if not, you've been grappled.
I need to get at least 1. And I do. I get 1.
Okay, so you take 2 points of damage, but having taken damage, this worm has grappled you and it's got you coiled up, and you're disorientated. You lose your next action. So you're now kind of like being turned over and over and over and rolled around on the ground. The other worm was going to attack you. It won't now, but its action was kind of simultaneous, so it won't get to do anything else for the moment. 8s. Larkin, you're backing off.
I think I'm going to turn and run.
Okay.
Taking some advice from the Yank sergeant and thinking, he's got it right.
You say you get to be sergeant, isn't it? Don't die.
You have to survive, right?
Okay, 10. Okay, Frank, you're running. Yeah. Yeah, I think make a mobility roll. If you're sprinting for your life, make a mobility roll because one of these other lion worms might be coming after you.
The lion sleeps tonight, So that is 1 success and 1 face hugger.
Roll your
the
panic.
stress roll is, what is my stress for? 6.
That total of 6.
Total of 6, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're on the edge, but you're keeping it together just about. Okay, on 10s, Maggie, the lion is just squeezing you, attacking again with the same number of dice,
It's not good.
and does 2 points of damage.
I get armor.
Your armor still applies. Yep, absolutely. As this
I
thing
need
is
to make-
squeezing the life out of you.
I need to make 2 out of 4 dice though, which predictably I do not.
Okay.
I am broken.
So roll your crit.
Oh, 65.
Oh!
Okay, it's crushed. Your head has been crushed as it's squeezing. At least you die immediately and instantly. You don't suffer for very long. But you die.
Maggie's down.
Okay, the other flying worm leaps from the top of the escarpment and comes down the bank chasing you, Frank. Okay, next round. The lion worm goes first on 7s. And it uses that to close the gap between you and it. But it's now your action. But it's right behind you.
Sorry, is that me?
Yep. Yeah.
I keep running. There's no question about it. I turn around and it's just started running.
Okay, make a mobility roll again then to see. Because
Right.
this is going to be an opposed mobility roll now to see how well you get away from it.
So it's 5 plus 4.
Okay.
And I have 1 stress and 1 success. And the stress is 7.
7. Nervous twitch. Your stress level goes up by another point as you're running like hell, but it seems to you that this thing isn't struggling to keep up behind you. And on 10s, we'll come back to you in a moment, Paul, but on 10s, it attacks you from behind. So roll your signature attack, please.
It's a 2.
2. The lion worm attacks just for fun rather than to kill.
Oh, good.
Playing with his food.
Yeah, thank God for that.
Roll with
Play.
8 base dice. I get 1 success. If the attack hits, the target is knocked to the ground and drops all handheld items, but is otherwise unharmed. Yeah, so basically, as you're running, it pushes you in the back, and you fall flat into the mud and sort of slide along. And as you're doing that, you can see the shadow on the ground around you of this thing leering over you behind you, and you must make a panic roll.
Panic is an 11 this time.
11. Okay, you must use your next action to move away from danger and find a safe spot.
Sounds sensible.
If there is such a one, but there might not be. Paul, you're continuing to run, yeah?
Oh, most certainly.
Okay, cool.
I'm as when he thinks he's sort of far enough to the east, he starts looping round to go south more.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. That's fine. Yeah, you don't. You can hear in the distance the sound of those people running, but the sound is then getting further away. Okay, next round, 7s. This beast that's standing above you, Frank, Larkin, gets to attack you again before you act.
That's going to miss.
So, well, it's a signature attack. So roll a d6. It's unlikely to miss.
It is a 0. 2.
Nice
Again.
try. 2. Okay. Okay, yeah, it kind of sees that you're trying to get up and flee, and it just pushes you back down in the mud with its attack.
Such a bully.
And I think that is going to stop you getting up and running.
Okay.
So it then gets another attack on you on 10s. I need another signature.
Get out of jail free card. Sorry, you can't see that, can you? It's the Effekt badge.
No, it's a nice try.
Oh, well. Go on, then. Do your worst.
So, roll your d6 for the signature attack, then, Frank. Oh, I can if you'd rather.
A 3.
3. Okay, this one pumps pheromones towards you. And you start to cough, and
stamina, was it, or something?
It's a stamina roll, yeah.
Just looking for it. Stamina. So it's 4. Does stress come into this or not?
Yes.
It's a skill roll.
It is a skill roll.
3, 4. So I've got 3 successes and a stress. And the stress is a 6.
Okay, yeah, you managed to not deal, not taking too much of those pheromones.
Good.
As you're doing that, you do see coming out of the trees a number of other lion worms coming around and encircling you.
Oh, excrement!
There's 5 or 6 of them now. I think that the writing might be on the wall for Sergeant Larkin.
Yeah, I still have my service pistol.
And as they are closing towards you, you are enormously outnumbered. Did you want to do anything before they
I might just try and shoot myself.
tear you to shreds? Okay. Go on
If
then.
I have a chance with the service pistol.
Explain what happens then, Frank.
As they scramble towards me through the mud, I just scramble for my service pistol and try to put a bullet to my head because I really don't want to be shot by these things.
Yeah, you can succeed in doing that. Paul, as you're running, Brown, you hear a solitary gunshot ring out through the woods.
Cammy sends his regards.
After about half an hour, Paul, you can hear the sound of a lot of what appear to be a lot of people, a lot of troops in the woods. And as you run towards them, you see a number of squads of 3 World Empire troops, obviously not exercise troops, sweeping the forest. And as they see you, they raise their rifles and say, "Stand down! Stand down!"
I make sure I'm not on mute. Hold the rifle up with 2 hands, put it on the floor.
They come over and they say, "You're in unauthorized territory. You are under arrest."
All right.
Oh, well.
Pull
The
you,
rest doesn't seem so bad now.
But I'm still alive.
they pull you to your feet, and as you're being dragged through the woods, you can see 2 other people who are looking equally disheveled as you are, and these are the 2 people that you saw running, and one of them is a soldier, and one of them is dressed in like fatigues, but it's not a soldier, and you can hear her saying when she sees you, "That was the man that killed my troops. That was the man. I'm Wayland Yutani. You listen to me. Arrest him, take him away, charge him with murder." And roll the end credits.
I am so intrigued to know what would have happened if we'd have gone into that lodge.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
It's due to be a whole story that we just avoided.
Yeah.
and Dave just had to kill us off anyway.
There is treasure there. There was treasure. Yeah. Cool. Thank you, guys. I guess the main theme of the game was that it being a bit of a Rorke's Drift kind of siege that you had to try and work your way out of. I hadn't expected to be besieging you in the cottage, mind, but it was always an option. It was an option.
At least he knew the cottage quite well.
Yes.
We know the other place quite well as well, though.
Yeah, not as well as the cottage, but quite well. Yeah. Well, thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Thanks,
everyone, for being a part of this. Dave, thank you so much for running it. Dave, Matthew, which one of you wants to plug Effekt podcasts?
We'll let Matthew
go. We'll let Matthew do. I promise I won't mute you this time.
He's better at it than me.
Right. As top dog of the Effekt podcast, I can
spokesperson who gets told to go out there and tell people what to say.
You can listen to our magazine show, and you can listen to our actual play. Our magazine show is on www.effektpodcast.org. Effekt is spelt with a K, because we're Swedish. We're not Swedish, but there we go. And the actual play is www.effektap.org. And currently we are running through Destroyer of Worlds, and in a couple of weeks' time I'm going to rage quit, so wait for that episode. And we're also doing a little bit on Twitch now, and on Monday nights, assuming your brother's well, Dave.
I think he'll be fine, yeah.
Okay. On Monday nights we're playing Emissary Lost, the first part of Mercy of the Icons. Anything else we need to say, boss?
I don't think so.
You're used to this, boss.
I think you said it very well. Well done.
That was a lovely dice tray you showed us there. Frank, do you want to show it to us again?
Dice tray? Hang on. Which way up would you like it? With a web address or just like...
No, just turn it up all the way. There we go. And this dice tray is available as a reward to our top dollar patrons at our at patreon.effekt.
But we love all our
Patreon
patrons.
/Effekt.
We love every single patron.
We love all our patrons. They all got a lovely badge like this one recently.
Sorry,
yeah, that's also a top.
And a little lapel pin, which I have been wearing all night, but you can't see it.
I gotta up my swag game. Holy smoke! Guys, I tell you. But thank you guys. Thank you guys very much for being a part of this. I'm gonna tell folks that if you've tuned in and you've held on this long and you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit that subscribe button. We'd love to hit 3,600 subscribers before the end of the year. And if you enjoyed this actual play, make sure you hit that like button and share it with folks that you know are also fans of the Alien RPG, because we really love promoting everything that Dave and Matthew do, and we just really enjoy our YouTube community here. We've been not able to get together in person, so this has been a really great way to connect with the community that really appreciates our game. So thank you to everyone that is a part of this and is a part of our community here on YouTube. So,
and thank you to everyone who viewed and tuned in tonight. I hope you enjoyed the game, and thanks to my excellent players. Thank you so much for
thank you, Dave,
for making it entertaining.
Thank you for running it.
And thanks, Doug, for doing all the behind the scenes.
Absolutely,
all the behind the scenes work.
Very good. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. That's going to do it for this time. Make sure to tune in next week. We've got some more content headed your way. We've got content coming each day or each week this month in December. So make sure to stay tuned. All right. See you next time.
Brilliant. Thanks.
See you next time, boys and girls.